we're live once again with Icewindale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Feeling a little under the weather. I didn't pass my frost save, and so I've taken a level of exhaustion, but we're pushing on anyway, since the Caves of Hunger await. And last session you've just arrived at them, you broke the massive waterfall of ice, shattering it, and whilst that was going on, there was an attack from the Tiger Tribe who tried to ambush you. Then there was the emergence of the Worm Tribe, who have long been thought forgotten or dead, and a skirmish involving those three and the Elk Tribe. Just absolute chaos on the outside, telling you to go, 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 get inside. And as you got into the interior, you saw the waterfall still fissuring further down the tunnel, and a figure drop down. And it seems like they are some kind of automaton or construct with a singular purpose, but they were connected, intrinsically tied to the Shield Guardian amulet. They mentioned that it was a token of some kind, and now that they are in service to you, they're happily giving you an escort into the Caves of Hunger. But it seems as though there's some time dilation for this one. Believes it's only been a moment, and yet so much has changed. As you found some sort of Netherese barge, this would have been like a flying ship that sort of sailed the city. As you were talking about this, you accidentally alerted 4 flame skulls that merged around the corner, and sure enough, it does seem as though any sound echoes in here ridiculously loud. So anyone here has advantage on perception checks. Anyway, Willow unfortunately triggered a bunch of ice methods in the next room in the same encounter, but you stood your ground, managed to avoid subsequent fireballs, and take them out. And as you are licking your wounds, I believe Velin is recounting on her many studies on necromancy, and mentions, we might want to deal with these permanently. Flame skulls have a special property of rejuvenation. They could be back up our asses in a few hours, if anything. We just need holy water.
Holy water, you say? Well, that's often as all the young squires would stand around the latrines, we would often refer to it as such, creating holy water. Allow me, I shall deal with this rather swiftly, although I'm not as fast in that department as I once used to be as a young man. You see, when you get a little bit older, you don't move quite as freely as I used to, and I think it's
just deal with it.
Well, maybe we could try some real holy water.
Yeah, while Roland is distracted, let's see. Puts out the bag, gets everything out.
And
no,
yeah,
not this, not that. Ah, there it is. Here, Faith, when Roland is done, can you wash the skulls?
Oh, of course. Wait,
Did you
had this all
subtract the
along?
gold when we were talking about before, or did you still do that?
Yeah,
Tracker
got some.
Tracker did. I don't think
some when we were at the.
I think you did. You have to deduct 50 silver pieces, Willow. And that should be enough to do all 4 flame skulls.
They can hear that.
Hey,
it was the Shrine of the Morning Lords in Brinchender, yes.
And some background noise from you too. Sounds like we're in the kitchen.
No, it was my wife farting on me. And I told them, you guys can hear that because I saw my mic lighting up.
That is something. Get pranked, I guess.
I'm not surprised Tracker would get holy water at some point.
If you don't have her fart, you don't have her heart.
Moving.
Anyway,
So
D&D.
Willow and Track, you're able to produce these flasks of holy water because you intuited that you would need these against potentially undead in the coming battles. Faith pours them over the skulls and they are reduced to dust. They sizzle away.
While they're getting the stuff out their bag, Roland's like, I wonder, would you all turn around and look the other way? I'm having a little bit of difficulty here. Stop distracting me, please.
Faith says, it's done, don't worry. Damn, T, we hear everything.
Yeah, the noise cancellation turns off for no reason sometimes, but hey, soda ASMR.
Oh, that's alright, if you could turn it back on first, please.
I'm sorry, are you getting background noise from me?
No.
Noise suppression is on, it just stops working for
see.
no reason.
Okay. Alright, so...
Did you hear that?
No, not that time.
Nice.
Okay. Alright, so... There was the last thing I mentioned before we ended up the session was you were asking if it was potentially a safe time to take a short rest. And Tracker had noted that there was something in the wall. Don't think he's mentioned it to the rest of the party yet, have you? Or...
I believe I did.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah. It's shortly after Tracker mentions this that there is this kind of manic laughter that echoes all the way through the caverns. You can't pinpoint it because it seems to be coming from every tunnel, which way and that. And it certainly sounds a lot like the gnolls that you met way back in the chasm, the cackling chasm.
I mean, I was thinking we probably need to get like a good idea of the layout of this place and a safe way to know what's ahead of us before walking into another trap.
A very good idea, Willow. And are you volunteering yourself to maybe scout on ahead a little bit and let us know if there's anything untoward lying await for us in the darkness?
Oh yeah, we already did that. I think.
Metal Man.
Yeah. I mean, I can become a little spider and sneak past, and then come back and see what I've seen.
Seeker should know
Just
the layout.
you know, if you hear screaming, I'm about to die.
Seeker does not know the layout. It's been it's been decades, centuries even.
Yeah, it's established that, like, whatchamacallit, he's been here for maybe hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I explore around and then come back with info, or does anyone else want to do anything whilst I'm doing that?
Yeah, Snort will remind you, Willow, that, hey, didn't you just send your little flamey spirit down there and it died or something?
That's why I wanted to be a spider, because then they won't notice me become small and on the ceiling.
All right.
Because it's either we try to find out some info, or we just walk into it and maybe get attacked from two directions again.
Uh-huh. Okay, Willow. If you want to be completely inconspicuous.
Suggestions up to the group before I do that.
Yeah, that's...
And Roland says, yes, Willow, we were attacked from two different sides. I'm only glad you were on our right flank to stop those ice spiffits from getting any closer to us. That was good thinking of you.
Select form this time. Oh, okay, that's a pop-up that doesn't work next. Let's use the polymorph one.
I would just say,
there's a pop-up that had the text select form.
Yeah, don't worry about polymorphing yourself, because we don't need that, mechanically speaking. It's just a 1 HP spider.
Well, I turn into a tiny spider, and I go, like, just down south. Down these tunnels, like, on the ceiling. Because it was it the sound the middle one?
Yeah, that was the one where you sent your flame spirit and it never returned.
Yeah, so I want to find out what's down there and then find out what's past it, kind of thing.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Sorry. Stealth check, please.
Do I get any bonuses for being a tiny spider? Oh, okay. Rather one.
That's not good. That is not good. I don't think that's...
I don't have an inspiration to use, do I? No.
No. Ooh. Okay, well, I'll let you know what's in the next room at least, because you do get this far. And there is another scene of devastation. It looks similar to the architecture you've
Everything's
seen.
grey past here. What?
That's called dark vision.
Is it like extra dark or something?
It's
Okay.
very dark. This is what you should be seeing the whole time with your dark vision. It's only because there's some bright light coming from, I think, a lantern or something back there. Anyway. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, there's a toppled spire, not unlike the one you saw crashed in upside down in the tundra. The top of which is partially shattered, and it rests on its side in the middle of a 30-foot high cavern. Long icicles hang from the ceiling above the toppled spire. North of the tower is a 15-foot diameter hole in the floor. It seems to be the upper end of a tunnel. And yeah, you would need to climb up, say, to see that. So if you're going up on the wall, I'll say you can see over it. But otherwise, there doesn't seem to be any creature in here. Whatever attacked your flame spirit has seemingly moved on. This is the hole right here.
Okay. So I can tell the group to come into this room and then I'll scout ahead after. And say phew to my nat 1 being in an empty room.
Alright. Sure. I mean,
Come ahead, stay as a group. This room is empty.
you hear that voice, even though it's 2 rooms over. And yes,
can
you
I
can talk
try
in wild shape.
farting? Can I try farting?
I don't think that helps.
Sorry, I'm coughing.
Whoever has the most health can stay on the flank. There are other ways we haven't explored yet.
This flank here, the tunnel that you're not standing beside.
Yeah, there's a tunnel on the left.
Right, okay.
I'm worried about something from. And I don't know if there's a tunnel up here on the north right or not. I haven't explored that part of the room probably. The next room is clear and, you know, say I describe it as Senrith described it to me.
It
Fire in
looks
the
like
middle.
a dead
Big
end.
crater. Once we're all kind of up here onto the next room, I can. How many different ways are there out of this room?
Several. Mostly the hole on the floor.
Can I
Getting
can I
echo.
inspect this room that I'm currently in? There's like a bunch of crystals on the ground on the map, or
That is icicles, and that destroyed structure in the middle looks to be like a pillar. 1 second.
what about this over here? This looks interesting. Like maybe it's obfuscated by some shadow stuff, but
Yeah, 1 sec.
Yeah.
I am lagging so hard I can't even open a handout. Holy fuck. If you could, I'm just gonna pause. Stop everyone moving around because it's clearly fucking it.
Still see Zephyr moving around.
Who is moving Zephyr around?
I don't know, but the aura of protection seems to be going crazy again. I think that's our problem.
Oh,
It's working. It is working. It's not a problem. But if you could all stop moving for a second.
It's stacking 6 times.
Yeah, it's multiple stacks on Tracker and Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me life. Alright. Anyway, this sparkling icicles as long as long swords cling to the roof, most of which have kind of fallen down from the attack. And there's a stone pillar. It seems to have been toppled over. And it's strewn with frost-covered blocks. But otherwise, there's no crystals, so to speak. Does Faith have mending, the cantrip?
My game's just crashed.
Sorry,
No, it's
that was a
paused.
statement or a question?
Yeah, she should have mending.
Yes, mending, yes.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Velin, before moving on, would ask Faith. It looks like Professor Scant took one of those fireballs, isn't it? I think he can be repaired, but then again, I don't think the fireball really affects him much. Anyway, Faith gladly casts mending and fixes the cracks and scorch marks on Professor Scant, at which point they kind of hover in. And almost as if nothing happened, they nonchalantly begin talking. Ah, yes, that tower appears to be of Netherese construction. Were it not for the cracks and holes, the stone would be as smooth as glass, shaped by wizardly magic.
I mean, from where I'm standing, right? From where I'm standing. Can I, like, go across there? Because I see stuff behind there. And I think I see a body here.
You're talking about the ruined tower, which, if you are peering through the cracks and holes, you can see that little remains of the tower besides its outer shell. The interior walls are decorated with shifting geometric patterns. There is, indeed, a human skeleton in white robes, lying on an uneven floor.
Hmm.
Professor
Like,
Scant hovers behind you. Netherese spellcasters would come to towers like this one to regain their spent magic more quickly. Despite the extensive damage, I would venture a guess that the tower still works.
Yeah, I think. Can I crawl over there? Like, is it just cracks, or can I move over there?
You can punch a hole through the tower's outer wall that's big enough to crawl, but right now it is just cracks.
I see.
But you can
I'm
also
mostly in.
You can also make an
I'm
intelligence
mostly-
arcana check, as
Yeah.
Professor Scant's pointing this stuff out.
Sure, I'll do one for you.
Hey, that's a success. You can indeed come to the same conclusion as Professor Scant. It seems as though someone taking some form of rest here would regain magic at a faster rate. So mechanically, if you take a short rest, you regain a 3rd level or lower spell slot at the end of that rest. But you can't regain that. You can't gain the benefit of this again for 24 hours.
I see, but basically we can recharge spell slot if we can get behind the wall.
Yes, in that tower.
How many
But you
spell
need-
slots does everybody have left?
Most of them.
Yeah, most of them.
I mean, I'm also interested in the corpse behind there, a white robed figure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I see
Like some-
anything on him?
You can see they're wearing like a silver holy symbol shaped like a 4-pointed star. Which,
Oh,
if you roll a history check, you might remember.
mm-hmm. I mean, I'm also just gonna call Faith and Roland over here. Hey, guys, you might want to take a look at this. And point them through the cracks towards the guy.
Another holy symbol. That's Mistral. That's just like the one we saw in the other tower.
Also happening. So is Willow still in peril? That we have to move on from here? I guess so.
Well, I'm not in danger. I'm waiting for him to come to the next room before I then go on ahead. Because the next room is clear.
Okay. I will just make a mental
we need
note
to find...
that I want to go back here. I want to touch the corpse.
Okay. You do need to, as I say, get through onto the other side somehow, whether it be busting it down or teleporting through the crack or what have you. But you can only peer through the cracks. You need to break down the wall to get inside.
Gotcha.
So Roland would say, whilst I appreciate the work of our fine scouts, I wonder if we would be advised to attend to some of our wounded. Villain is looking a little worse than some of our former kobold friends, and well, frankly, Snop, he looks close to death as well.
Yeah, I'm hanging back.
I mean, we can either use spell slots to heal ourselves, or so we can either use spell slots to heal ourselves because we know we can recharge them here, or we take a short rest. But he's waiting for us to move on.
Yeah, we try to find the thing that's here that would attack us if we took a short rest, so we can take a short rest.
Which, Willow, it's been a minute since you've been sort of in this room waiting for the pie to catch up. Seem like they're distracted by something, but I need you to give me a... well, what's your passive perception?
Yeah, like really high. Like 18. Yeah, 18.
Nice, okay. Jeez.
Oh, okay.
I think you see that, though.
Yeah, but
Oh, boy. F's in the chat, indeed. Okay, well... Willow. There's only 2 exits out of this room, by the looks. Yeah, one is down the hall, and the other is down a tunnel.
it was up on the right up there, yeah.
That's right.
Over there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I would have explored next. Was everyone watched the hall? Maybe it's too late.
It might well be. Oh God, how do I describe this?
Earlier.
Don't.
Yeah. Go ahead. Was going to do a little bit of exploring myself.
Yeah. Well, we can come back to Willow's demise if a moment longer. What did you want to check out, Seeker?
Yeah. Rolled guidance, and then I asked if I could roll a stealth check for like quiet movement and all that.
Sure. Roll a stealth check.
All right. Situational bonus. I should be getting like guidance bonus. Yep. Hopefully that's added automatically.
Nah, probably not. But most uses of guidance in my game is like it's used as a reaction. But okay,
yeah.
so just add a d4. Okay, so 13.
So he's going to try again, since that does not beat his passive perception, so he can hear himself. That is not nearly quiet enough for him to actually fucking wander off. Because yeah,
I'm gonna
he
say
can hear himself.
yeah. So I don't usually like just allow repeated checks unless you want to say push the roll. So pushing is you can re-roll this, but if you were to say fail and alert something, then something bad can happen.
Then the character does nothing, I guess, because yeah, he knows he's not being sneaky enough.
Yeah, which is also why usually a stealth check is involved when actually going to somewhere, like moving on to another area. Otherwise, I could just say I'm going to roll stealth checks until I get a nat 20, and then I'm going down that hallway. But
I just wanted to
yeah.
get to the point where he just wouldn't hear himself. But oh well.
That's not
I'm just-
necessarily the stealth check isn't just your own variables, it's also everything else that's going on. The cracking of ice underfoot, the sound of your breath echoing. There's loads of different things that can be variables like that. Yes, I know you don't breathe, but still. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. For now, then, it's just staying put. All right,
Yeah.
Willow. Hate to do this.
How do I die?
Pretty violently.
Well, I told them to come and they procrastinated instead of coming, so not my fault.
Yeah, there was a moment of procrastination. I don't know about the others, Tracker, Roland, but Faith, Villain, and Stef certainly have been staring into this tower. All right, Willow. I'm afraid to say this. You're on the ceiling or on the wall or something?
I think I'd have to be on the ceiling where I am right now.
Okay, then. In that
Well, up
case,
against the
then, what happens is a second or two as you're looking around this room, pretty sure it's clear, and you haven't seen anything when you came in here, and you're sure that this is where your spirit died, but then it seems as though something is on the patrol, because a moment later you feel massive fangs sink into your back. And I'm gonna have to
But I'm an
It's an
itty
attack
bitty
roll.
spider. What can get me all the way up here?
Exactly.
Was flying or really tall?
Okay,
Another
so
spider.
Willow, that would have been an advantage, but I'll just roll another d20 anyway. Okay, it wasn't a crit, thank God, at the very least.
Well, how high is
However,
the ceiling that I'm about to fall off of?
as I mentioned, I think it was 30 feet. Pretty sure
Oh,
I said
no.
30 feet. 10. Yep, 30 feet high cavern. Okay, so it also might be how you survive, I'm not going to lie. Because the first sinking jaws that just rip into your spider-like form, you can stay in spider form if you want, or you can decide to drop it, but you take like 14 points of piercing damage, and you're left on 6 HP, at which point it would get a multi-attack. But I'm going to allow you to either choose to drop the form or stay within it. It's up to you.
So drop the form,
If you drop,
escape,
you're
or
taking...
stay in the storm and get attacked.
Yeah, exactly. You are about to receive some terrible claws as you look around and realize exactly what is attacking you. There is a bloody snout with sharp canines crisscrossed its jaw. There is this white fur stained with blood. One eye of this mongrel-like thing has its eye kind of like wincing and closed, like it's missing. The other one, it's kind of like scarred, and it looks to you with this bloodthirsty gaze. And all the while, you can suddenly hear its yipping and fidgeting.
If I drop the form, do I have time to cast a spell before I hit the ground? Since it's not an
No,
action
since this is
to
a surprise
drop it.
round, this is your only option to do something now. You can either drop the form or stay up here. But you see it reaching forward with a set of claws, about to swipe at you again. And this thing is holding on to the ceiling upside down somehow.
I guess I gotta drop the form then and take the pain and then hope people have time to come in
You got it.
and help.
I rolled high. You are unconscious. Bang! With a heavy thud,
Ouch.
Willow goes down, crack against the ice. Everyone else in the other room hears this. And I don't have the movement to get around to swipe at you. So, if anything, it might have been a good move. But probably would have fallen anyway at some point. Alright. I'm going to ask everyone to roll initiative, since this thing is now clearly visible, and you can hear its manic laughter as it takes down Willow. Let me grab you, and roll you one.
Oh, wow.
Chris, can you
yeah,
hit
I'm
me on
looking
with
at
a
it.
12?
What the fuck is this thing?
got 12.
Yeah.
Tekeleli. Can you try to pronounce that, Roland?
It's technically.
What?
Not that
Tekeleli.
you know that. But, alright.
I don't know
So-
what that is.
Can you
After-
add me on so I can roll?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's my
Let's,
death bit,
let's do
don't I?
that.
Looks like so.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Yikes, that does make about sense, doesn't it?
Run, I run
Shit.
2-1 so far this session.
Okay, this is rough. This creature laughs in just this most raucous, hideous way as you fall to the ground. Just observes your body kind of go crunch on the ice. And after that, it will move away from the entrance and around the corner.
Chris,
Yes, I see your hand.
before you roll to attack Willow, I asked in chat if I could have moved halfway the corridor.
No. Since Willow was just specifically saying I scout ahead, it wouldn't make sense that you'd be just right there. He's getting pounced on, and this is a surprise round.
Here, as in
Nah.
not next to Willow, but here. Okay.
Nope. That's as far as you are. You're still farther than some, but anyway, it's gonna be Seekers go first.
Yeah. I don't think I have any way to increase my movement more than dash. Probably. Splingus. Oh yeah, I have tack shift. Okay. So, dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, dash, 5, 10, 15, grab,
You
as in
wanna
I grab
Willow?
Willow.
Yep, sure.
Yep.
It's
5. That's double movement, and I'm gonna drop Hoima Boy right there.
got it.
Because yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I can manipulate him around my body however I want, so I'm gonna shift him over here.
All right. There we go. And you can hear the sounds
Bird
of
is
scratching
going to-
claws on the ceiling.
Yeah, he is paying attention all around him for whatever 15, 30, 40, Do I keep this on hand? It can stay there. Let me. Yeah, there we go. I have vision of both. But yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I have nothing else I can do. I think I'm going to stick here, even if I can't see anything, because it blocks off the entrance. I'm gonna draw my. What would be a good weapon for this? I'll draw my King Zaelong swords, both of them.
All right. And is that your turn?
Right. Yep.
Okay. Villain is a
Owl
bit
takes
far
the
back.
dodge action.
Okay. It should be an icon for that. Alright, Villain just says, alright, I think we have to come back to this faith. Let's get a move on. And she's gonna
Swerve.
dash, I guess. Actually, I don't know if dashing's a good idea right now. I'll just have her here,
Wait for this.
holding a chill touch. Although if she can get to you, she could use some life transference. Let's see, what's the range on this? 30 feet. Oh, I could actually heal you, but she hasn't got much to give. I'm gonna be honest. It's 48 necrotic. I could just fall over. Yeah, never
I
mind.
can't wait for
Let's
this
look at
layer
it.
action to be anyone who's been bitten takes 2 hits.
No, we're not doing that mean. Alright, now it's Tracker's turn.
Okay, that's fine. Oh wait, before actually moving in,
Mm-hmm.
one for the roads. 6.
That's a big one.
For some reason, it does not target me.
Okay, just add that manually then.
Yeah. Wait, where is it? Oh, no, that's Zephyr.
You can hear something around the corner. And again, it's kind of laughter is giving it away.
Ah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Up on the ceiling you see the same description as before. Its claws are firmly dug into the icy ceiling. This is a hyena or knoll of some kind, but it looks nothing like the knoll you saw in the Cackling Chasm. Its enlarged fangs seem to belie some sort of unnatural state of it. Its white fur is all kind of patchy and like an albino.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna climb 10. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use feline agility to move up the wall so I'm at the same height.
Okay. You get to 30 feet high. That's a lot of movement.
Then I am going to attack him.
So what's your total movement?
90 feet.
Okay. And then you're shooting at this thing. Okay. Yeah, it's tucked right around the corner, so much so that it's blocked by an icicle. That first hit shatters that said icicle. It comes crashing down. I'm gonna try and topple him. Alright.
And I
Nice
wanna
save.
use my hunter's mark
Okay. Roll an extra d4.
for another d4
Yeah.
damage.
1 force. Okay. Nice.
And with the remainder of my movement, I'm gonna climb across the wall. Careful, he's high in the ceiling.
Anyone here speak Abyssal?
Not personally, but I see if Roland does.
I mean, I speak Celestial.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do
not
Celestial,
close.
but not Abyssal.
Mhm.
It's
Alright
just
then.
Celestial backwards. That's what Ozzy Osbourne taught us all.
Sure. You get the record player. Alright. Okay, so you hear something kind of it's between like a cackling and a snarling sound from this creature, but you truly have no idea what it is saying. Okay. So it's layer action. Oh boy. We have
I mean,
quite a
maybe
few
I'll
options
find
here.
out what it says.
Okay. We're gonna move around the corner here just to get view. Well, I'm gonna move across the ceiling. And when you see it move, Tracker, again, those claws, whilst they may be pretty long and sharp, gnolls are not known for being able to walk across ceilings. And it seems all kinds of wrong. Okay, now, who are we going to target with this? Wisdom save. Wisdom could be nasty. Alright, Tracker, since you are up on the ceiling, you hear it again, just laughing, this echoing laughter. Echoes all the way around the room, and I'm going to need you to, I believe, give me a wisdom save. Let me target you with this, it'll be easier. It's not concentration. Should have got a wisdom save.
Yep.
Okay.
Cautious,
That is a
hideous
fail.
you.
When you fail, you are full prone, incapacitated. During that time, you laugh incontrollably. And so you are falling down and also taking 3d6 bludgeoning.
Could I try catching him, or are we going pretty strict on the raw?
You want to try and catch him? I'll say, have you got your reaction still? I guess you
Yep.
do.
I have not used my reaction.
All right, give me a strength athletics check.
Heck yeah!
Roll the one,
Let's
does he hurt him
fucking
more?
go. All right. Public.
Like, on a 1, you catch him and then excitedly throw him on the floor like an American football. He takes 4 dice instead of 3.
All right. I will allow you to
Touchdown!
take the blow a little bit. You soften the hard hit, and I'm going to say this: you can halve the
You're rolling
damage first of
private
all.
again.
You might be, yeah. You want to
Yeah.
set that to public roll? All right, so I'm going to reduce it down to 6, and instead of him taking 3, the full, I'm going to say you take 3, as you're like, oh, he hit him pretty hard, and you're raging, right, Tracker? So you take half again.
Yes.
So you can take 1 point. There you go.
Yeah. Concentration. Oh, it's still counting me as having fucking guidance on.
Oh yeah, we can
That should be
ignore that.
gone.
All right then. That's the layer action,
It works like
and
hideous laughter. That means I get another save, right? Because I took damage.
it's not the end of your turn. Oh, each time it takes damage. Sure, you can make
Each
another
time it
wisdom
takes
save.
damage. And I believe when it's from damage, it's with advantage.
Yes. So you can roll that again. Jesus. All right, damn. You managed to save it.
Nice.
18.
Mm-hmm. That's a success. Okay. All right, then. If that's the case.
Seeker's head
Mm.
currently wedged in Tracker's arse right now.
Nah, he just flips his blades in a reverse grip, lifts his arms, and he just catches him princess style as the ground cracks slightly. Because I presume Tracker weighs like half a fucking ton, basically.
Yes.
Only way my character would fucking like probably be hurt.
I'm gonna say
But
then,
yeah, probably.
in a weird, playful yet perhaps sadistic manner, this hyena-like creature crawls over above the ceiling, and seeing Tracker get caught by you, Seeker, seems fun. And you see this creature leap from the top and goes to basically frog splash you. And I need you to make a dex save.
Nice.
I can't do a reversal and powerbomb him.
No, not. You've used your reaction, I'm afraid. So, if you fail,
Yeah,
you're
I do.
taking half of that.
Okay.
It's only DC like
Uh,
15 or something.
Practical. Rough. Saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Womp. Hey, I made it.
Okay, that's a success. So instead, this knoll covered in blood, just you step out of the way just in time, and this thing just goes splat onto the ice. And as it peels itself off, you swear you can see its limbs suddenly like go from dislocated to popping back into its shoulder, as though it did not give a crap about taking such a fall. And it recovers 10 hit points.
Roland, in
Hello.
the spirit of cooperating, do you want to delay your turn to go after me?
Why? What
I'm
do you
gonna
have in
do-
mind?
I'm gonna do something to you, and you will like it.
Well, yeah, it does sound like our friends are needing more immediate help, but I'll trust you.
It will be just as immediate, and a lot more help.
Well, have at it, Stef, my young boy.
I think
It's at
Senrith
this
figured
point-
out what I'm
you-
about to do.
Oh, well, let me finish my turn first. It's at this point you see there is
Yeah.
some unholy, perhaps even vampiric nature to this creature as its limbs are suddenly popping back into place. And after taking 2 swipes at you, it's on the floor, by the way, because you dodged it, and it just went kind of crack on the ground. Its 2 massive fangs seem to elongate and lets out a hiss before it tries to bite into you. That's going to hit.
It misses the
Fine.
first attack, by the way. Also, didn't it already do a spell? Jesus.
No, that was a layer
an
action.
action.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That will be its whole go, though. 2 slashes, one of them misses, and the bite sinks into your leg, and, well, it would drain you of blood, but I think you're lacking that at this point. Can you make me a cons... Wait, no, you don't make a con save, do you?
Question.
No, you don't. Never mind. Yes.
Okay, let me. I'll use shield because fuck this. Come on.
You don't want that. Oh, okay. What does that bring your AC to?
Fucking 18 plus 5, so 23.
Alright, that'll be good.
I was at like 51. Yeah.
Alrighty. Just let me know if you're doing that before all the attacks. You can only do that like after. I mean, you could do it on the last one, but
You kind of just like blasted all of them out like
yeah,
in a
that's
giant
true. All right,
horde.
I'll let it slide.
By the
this
time I
but
like
just let me know
Yeah.
ahead of time next time. You're like, oh, I might cast shield here, but that is going to be its turn, and it's on to Roland.
So the thing is, though, Steph, I can't hold my turn until after yours. I think I will have to hold
No,
an
we
action.
went over this. You can delay your turn, right, Senrith?
No,
We're
I'm
not
not doing
swapping
that.
turns.
I'm not going to do delayed turns. It's a thing
Okay.
that's like on the alert feat, which is and also was it the observant feat, and I'm like, nah, it's too broken if players can delay their turns down in the turn order.
Okay.
But there are 2 feats you can get
Right.
to do that kind of thing.
Okay, alright, so I guess I'm going now. Right, Fangpawjaw is going to take the dash action. I cannot move her. It's saying that I'm colliding with a wall.
Yeah, there's a lot of walls, pillars, and shit. Where do you want her to go?
I can finally see this thing. Good
Hmm.
God, that is ugly.
Would you like? Yeah. Would you like a full art of this hideous monstrosity?
Yes, please. Right. A no vampire. Oh well. Right, okay. So she is going to dash right up to it and she's going to attempt to grapple it with Roland on.
Okay. I think I know where you're having trouble. You might be moving both yourself and your mount at the same time.
Yeah, that's
so-
what I'm.
Let me drag your mount.
Thank you.
You need to
I
get to an
don't-
unoccupied space, though. I will say that much. You need to come all the way in, like to here.
That's fine as
And
long
this
as she can.
is all
grapple it.
difficult terrain. So squeezing
Okay.
through this tunnel is double movement for her.
Okay, so I'm struggling to measure just how far she had to travel there.
Okay, so you were like here, correct?
Yeah, so she'd have
Okay.
60 foot of movement if she doesn't dash.
Okay. 10, 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. She is going to have to dash to get in there. It's a long stretch of difficult terrain. Squeezing all the way
Alright.
through.
In that case, I'm going to try and sandwich fucker in here.
Yeah, you can get
Between us,
into a flanking
she-
position.
It means she can't grapple. Now, for Roland's turn, he is going to pull out the Drift Globe.
Oh.
And he is going to speak its command word and cause it to emanate the Daylight spell,
That's evil.
Oh.
which I have absolutely no
Okay.
idea what the Daylight spell does, so I'm reading it. For the duration, sunlight spreads from a point within range, 60-foot radius of sunlight, and dim light for an additional 60. Or it's all
So
sunlight,
120.
bright light for 60, 120.
Yeah.
There we go. That would be his action, and for his bonus action, he'll cast Leela on himself. And that would be his
Alright.
turn.
It's gonna look something like this, I suppose. Sunburst. A brilliant light suddenly fills the room. The creature on the ground, its single eye seems to squint and tries to look away from it. And you can tell immediately this thing it has some sort of aversion to the light. Let me check. That's not good. You'll see what happens on its turn. Faith, it's there you go.
I don't
Oh,
like the sound of
actually-
that.
Oh yeah, you can hear a slight sizzling sound, perhaps, and already this
It's
creature is
melting.
wincing in
but
agony.
It's just the way you said, you'll see what happens. I'm like, oh no, he's going to kill me.
Well, I could do that right now if I wanted, because I happen to have a legendary action. I think it's going to try and turn at you and swipe. And
Bring it.
Bring out your dad.
It's going to have disadvantage anyway. Yeah, it's more just seemingly trying to swat away the light rather than really dig into your flesh.
Phone.
Alright then, a healing word, save Willow, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Wait. How many Channel Divinities does Faith? Only one, right?
Yeah.
Even then it's a...
Well, no, I don't know.
It's two.
Normally most clerics get 2 when they start.
I should have done it at second level. No, yeah, that's her turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, who's up after that?
Orbs up. Oh yeah, and she can tell the X-Beak to get over.
Okay, cool. Snorp and Stef.
Well, I'll move in there, I guess. Can I see anything from here already? Yeah, I can see this. Is this in range? Like, can I shoot through here?
You can,
There's
and have half
characters in
cover. Unless you're
Oh.
going for a magic missile.
there? Yeah, sure. Let's go for the magic missile. Just the level 1 and see what happens.
Alright.
Actually, you know what? I can also see Seeker from here. Sure. Then I have something better to do. I will cast Haste on him.
Ah.
And then I will kindly fuck off out of the Larian. And I guess Snork will stay here. That's my turn.
Okay, so Willow, you're up.
So, well, half my movement to get up, and then I have half movement left, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But, unprone, and I have 12.5 feet of movement, so I have like 10 feet. Can I? I'm close enough to see it, but not get attacked by it. You know what? Let's do something like that. Or not. And then I don't think I have anything to use much, but I could healing word. Looking for a healing spirit, or that my turn.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Let's pull out a healing spirit. Yeah. Yeah. Placed it, and then nothing happened.
Okay,
being
I'll
slow, or-
probably... It might.
I pull it like here, so anyone can like walk into it.
You can do that.
You have to be in it or within 5 feet of it? Yeah, it moves into
You
place.
just-
Anyone
yeah,
can
whenever
move
you
into
move
that
in.
space to heal like 3 times. and I'll end my turn there, and I'll be ready to use lose the path the moment that thing tries to move.
Okay, cool. Top of the round. Actually, I'm going to make another legendary action. And this time... Ah, shit. There's a fucking sunbeam in the way. Well... Let me just check something, because sunlight changes this entire encounter.
Woohoo!
It does, yeah. It's the biggest weakness. Regeneration doesn't work. That's fucked. Okay, that's not good. I am going to let all three of you make an attack. Well, actually, Seekers use their reaction. So, Tracker, Roland, White Fang Portal, they can make
Portal.
reactions. Yeah, they can use their reaction to make an attack of opportunity.
Gotcha. So he's doing his whatchamacallit?
Legendary.
Thing before I get my turn back. Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
Sorry, it's taking me a bit longer. It's the... That's the one. I just need to make sure I'm using the right.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright,
I'm sure.
I think I'm gonna knock the target prone. He's punctured, and of course, I'm gonna do a smite. So, it's just...
Oh,
an
shit.
attempt to knock prone. Here it...
I'm already prone.
Alright.
You tried
No,
to
it's-
move away, right?
It's not giving me a pop-up to automatically roll a smite, but I'm going to do 3rd level.
Okay. yeah.
It's
Go
a,
for
it's
it.
a crit, so how much did I roll there? Is it 3rd level
68?
is what,
Plus an extra 2.
Yeah,
Because it's undead. Oh, 10. Is it undead?
80. Oh, yeah.
It's undead. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So count that
6, 7.
extra 2d8.
Oh, shit. I've gone 9, right. I'm just going to roll them and... Here we go.
The 8d8.
Yeah. Well, that's a good roll. Holy
Ouch.
shit. And surely, surely Roland says at this point, I think you'll be staying at Boot, you bloody fiend.
Oh, God, yeah. That will absolutely decimate. The body is being burnt up. The fur just suddenly disintegrates from it. But it's still alive. And let me check what you get on your hits. Tracker. Oh, you missed.
missed.
Sick. Okay, that's good for me.
Yeah.
All right. And did you make an attack with Fangpaw Jewel yet?
Oh no, thank you.
Go for
And
it.
she does radiant damage with her bite.
Mm-hmm.
God dang. Can't wait for this.
Come on.
Ouch. Yep, that's a hit too. Ooh. We ignore the strength save for this. I don't know why it's still on there. But it is bloodied after being mauled apart. And now we're going to move. Stand up and
Still
climb up.
move after all that. Well,
Yep.
we'll lose the
It's
path
going
then
up.
if it tries to move.
Oh, Jesus. Where are you?
You legend.
Oh.
I'm going to use... I'm
Mine
not
does
even
that,
gonna fuck about with this. I'm gonna use a legendary. Well, hold on. Actually, let me roll it first.
wow. You're not going to let me lose the path.
I'm gonna see if it does fail first. It's a wisdom save, right? Yeah, legendary resistance on this fucking
yeah.
shit. Bang.
I thought you liked me using this spell.
Hell no. That's enough of that nonsense. Okay, you see the creature scrambling away in absolute agony, and it's trying to get up to the wall where it was before. So it's above, like, this direction, and that'll be its go. Top of the round, Seeker.
Now it's immune to the spell.
Cool. Let's see. 5, 10. Yeah. Come on. 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get partial if it was on the ground. Fortunately, it's not. So, hello. Let's see. I think that's. Trying to remember how the fucking target. Unless I'm just like targeting myself for no reason,
You hold down
and
Alt
that's overruling
and
it.
click.
There we go.
There you go.
I am going to use me dagger. Me funny goopla. So let's see. I can pick a weapon up off the ground 5 feet near me, right?
As a free action, yeah.
Cool. So, going to throw that. Cool.
Let's have a look. Oh, that's a
Let's
hit.
see. Concentration or Constitution for topple.
Oh, toppling me. Okay. What's your DC? Ah, I make it.
16. I'm going to use tripping attack
Jesus. Okay.
because
yeah.
we are not doing this. Hopefully, maybe. Usability. I have 5 uses.
I passed again. This thing is gripping on tight, and you realize now
Cool.
how it's doing it. It's its vampiric nature. Spider climbing.
You're lucky Roland
And
knows
then
how
there
far-
is a thing I can do, which is an athletics check. So I will win this. God fucking damn it! I didn't want to spend my bonus action, but that's life sometimes. Rah 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 rah. Not everything's working. Explodes. Anyways, pull. You can use your bonus action. I'm gonna bonus action athletics.
Alright.
Forgotten to pull it off the wall and shit.
Okay.
Would I
just gonna try and
actually
cling
thinking on it? Would I have to be standing over here to pull him off of it?
No,
I
you
don't
can be
know how
directly
obsessively.
underneath.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine.
Uh,
Straight underneath is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta be
So
something.
check.
I rolled pretty high.
I'm gonna
rolled a
use
19,
reaction
20.
guidance.
No, you're good. You beat him.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yep.
nice.
So
So I pull him off.
they are gonna fall down again. Some 5 feet. Like they're only up this much.
Yeah. D6.
I'm gonna take 1 point of bludgeoning.
1 damage.
Brr.
Cool.
Mm.
They're still in the sunlight, right?
They are still scrambling
Okay.
around.
Cool. I'm going to punch him in the face.
Okay.
I mean, actually, I get my nick attack because I was wielding needles, so I'll do that first.
You got it.
Because that's free, basically. So, it doesn't hit my action economy. Nice. And I get a +1. I'm going to attempt to knock the enemy prone.
Okay. I think it should
Doesn't
be.
succeed.
I think it should be prone anyway, technically, because when I fell down, I would have knocked it down. Yeah, it would have knocked him prone. So she is down on the ground.
I'll roll another.
Once again.
I'll roll another d20 just in case I. Nope, no crits. Okay, so I'm going to punch him with my fist.
Okay, that hits.
All right.
1 point of blood.
I use. That would be 1 plus my strength, which would be 6.
Okay, so
And then
it's
I
another 5
activate-
damage.
Yep. I activate my feet. Brapula. Roll me that.
God.
Athletics.
Okay, alright. That's not too high to beat. I gotta be 20. Jesus, how? Oh, 22 just beats. She is clearly some inhumane strength behind this vampiric creature and just rips out of it, claws and teeth, just tearing away. Now, is that your go?
Nope, I have more. Haste.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
I have 2 more attacks. Needle should have
you get
pinned
one
him, I presume.
You get 1 extra attack from haste.
Yeah, but Nick.
Oh,
That
okay.
second
We went
needle
over the-
attack was for you.
Yeah, we went over this last time. You said that wouldn't work, Senrith.
You get
Because
1
I
nick
asked
per
you the same
turn.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know
My
how many
1
attacks
nick per turn.
how many attacks have you done?
I have done the needle, I have done the nick, and then I punched him. So that's 2 normal attacks and a nick.
Okay, so you got 1 more attack.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. go for it.
Let's see. I think I might add to my punch attack fucking something else, which will be menacing attack. I'm not fucking around with vampires. Why is
Okay.
it 11? Shouldn't it be higher? Oh, it fails anyways. It's frightened if it
doesn't
can
matter.
be.
This creature is immune to frightened. I'm afraid. This
Gotcha.
hideous thing has been down here and seen horrors beyond your comprehension for a while. Okay.
Oh yeah, I have a 2d8
Then-
from both of my things. Or you know,
Oh,
the
jeez. Okay, another 6.
6 damage.
It needs to get the fuck out of here.
And yeah, I'm gonna punch it again. It's also, I presume, what's its AC? Did I get 5 over of 23, by the way?
You did, yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's already punctured by the looks.
Yeah. So, whatchamacallit? Actually, what was that roll? 15? No. Pin. Like,
Yep,
my needle
you
can do
haven't got
pin,
j-
and I stabbed
You
it
haven't
with
got dual
23.
wielder, do you?
No? Why?
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. You got. Oh right, you haven't actually done your fourth attack yet. You're just stacking on
No.
stuff from. Okay, all right. Go ahead, make
Yeah.
a fourth attack.
What I'm talking
For the
about is
pin-
my... Yeah.
Yeah, which one was that on the ceiling? I think
No.
it's already kind
There
of
was a second
fallen
one.
down and.
There was a second one.
Yeah, sure.
It dealt
I don't
23
think-
damage. Or, no, not
Yeah,
23.
yeah.
It was an attack roll of
It's-
23. I'm pinning it to the
Sure.
ground. Okay.
I don't think you can pin it to the ground. This thing is got to be up against like a wall or surface, unless you go all the way
Then the
up,
wall.
unless you don't move around to do that. But yeah,
I mean,
Oh, well,
I can move over. To, like,
okay.
What
Sure,
I'm
then
doing is I'm pinning it to like the wall or the
That'll
ground
pin
or
it then.
whatever. Yeah. So it's grappled to the wall.
Yes.
All right.
While prone, so it's probably just like slumped on the fucking wall, all
Yeah.
squished into the corner of the floor between the wall. I'm gonna punch it again because I'm keeping him here.
Go for
you are staying here, young man.
Young girl.
Hit.
Crit.
Crit for the puncture.
Holy
I
fuck,
deal
oh, shit.
2 damage. Wow. This is more about keeping the thing that can regenerate right here where we want him.
Yep, that's perfect.
Yep. All right.
All right, I'm for grapple. Let's see what happens. Oh,
Already grappled.
I rolled like shit again. Yeah, but I'm adding myself to the condition. Or at least trying to. I succeeded. Okay. So he
Doubly grappled.
Seeker after fucking Seeker walks around and hurls hurls the fucking barbed spike through its shoulder. His arm jerking it as the monster falls into a tailspin, slamming in the ground. And his hand drawing his other as he smashes his foot into its gut, pinning it to the wall, and jams the spike through its other shoulder. Before slamming his palm into its face, pinning it to the wall. We would like to see what you can do. Entertain me.
Good lord. Villain is gonna step into the healing spirit and take a use of that if you don't mind. Nice. That'll be her turn. Okay, Dragger.
The healing spirit is once per round.
That's right, yeah. Once per round.
So
Up to 3
so
uses.
if I stand in there, it doesn't work.
No, it's once per creature per round.
Okay.
You can go into it now if you want.
Okay, so it's once per turn. Sure.
Once per round for each creature. Like, you can't have the
yeah.
creature seemingly going again and again. Alright, there you go.
Yeah. That was the old version of Healing Spirit from a while
that's you.
ago.
Okay.
Holy moly.
Let's finish this. Wait. I'm not big yet. Of course, that's a miss.
Afraid so.
Fucking.
Damn. 2 crucial misses there.
Brutal.
Is it
Okay.
prone? Should those attacks not have been advantage?
Because of my hammer. My great axe has disadvantage. So
Yeah.
it's a straight
It's
roll.
it's a payoff to go for big damage.
I'd levy maybe the idea that fucking you're going for the fucking kill, but it's lopsided
Yeah.
and it's like you're in a really awkward angle with Seeker in the way, arm in there. He ends up deflecting one of the attacks, like ducking over or another one, and you shoot a little bit too far. You know, little awkward things because you're using a giant axe to attack a very like basically tiny target with someone in the way.
Okay, I need, at the end of your turn, Trek, I'm going to make a legendary action to try and free myself from this. I guess, Seeker, you are still grappling it, right?
Yep.
So give me an athletics check.
So, okay. 13.
Okay, it's still stuck there.
Nice.
Its layer action will go off. Alright.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Holy shit. That seems completely pointless. Alright, we're gonna try... I would do Echoing Laughter again. But, seeing as I did that last turn, gotta play by the rules. Can't do a same layer action twice in a row. Which is very unfortunate. Okay. Instead, guess... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this on Stef.
Oh, I'm not inside the lair?
It's a
You
layer.
are.
You are very much inside the layer. It is... Blinding sleep. If I can ignore that, it is going to be a psychic haunting. I just need you to make me a intelligence saving throw. It's your forte. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Let's go int.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
that's a success. You hear this strange manifestation all the way around you. It's almost as if like everyone's gone off ahead, but there's this strange shape moving in the ice. This kind of dark figure, ominous and gangly. It's like hulking as it kind of just sifts through the ice, as though it were swimming in the ice. But it seems to just fly past you, and you focus back in on the fight. Now, as for my turn, I'm going to actually try again to break free of this grapple.
Alright.
19 that time. Ooh,
Well-
well, 24 total.
You can do it.
And it is a miss.
Son of a bitch. Alright. Well, it's got 3
Nice.
This is my
attacks.
build. I spent a feat on this.
I've got 3 attacks, so I might as well send it. Let's go 2 more times. We'll see what the first one is. Oh,
Don't
fuck.
forget he has +2. He has +2 AC as well.
Yeah, I'm not going for the attacks right now. I don't think you can lose against that one, so we'll ignore that.
Nope.
Roll another one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. I just realized I've got Cackling Hackle. That'll be useful. Oh, fuck me. And I also forgot. At the start of my turn. Fuck. Everyone's turn. Jesus Christ, I've been misplaying this shit. All right, everyone around me, everyone makes a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Like everyone in the
I
room or everyone physically around? Like
Everyone who can see Tikelali makes a con save.
I can't see her anymore from
Mhm.
here, right?
Yeah, no, you're
Sweet.
fine. Holy shit. Totally
Oh my
forgot the sickening gaze. Okay, the DC is only 16.
I rolled a 1 again. I rolled 3
You
ones.
I think we all
You're
failed
alright.
it.
That's pretty bad,
I'll
but
use my
it's... Mm,
use my reaction to give resistance to someone.
okay.
I don't think it will help me at this point. I'm a goner.
No, I mean,
If I got a 2, I would succeed, and I'm the one grappling them, I guess.
Yep. So onto Seeker, and resistance is
Let's go gambling.
a 1d2, 50-50 chance.
Mm. Actually, Roland, you're the only one who doesn't have to make this, I think. You're fine. The reason is because Sickening Gaze, as a creature that starts its turn within 30 feet, that can see the vampire must succeed a DC 16 con save or be poisoned for 24 hours. This absolute sickening gaze just seems to seep into your bones. Some sort of unholy infestation.
Oh, I have
seeps down your
advantage
blood.
on.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
advantage.
I have
for you,
advantage
Seeker,
on
yeah.
poison checks.
Go ahead and re-roll that then.
Let's go gambling.
Better.
I made it this
That's a
time.
success. Yeah, so... Alright, cool. So we don't have to retcon anything there. That's good. Alright. Then... Let's see. That was just at the start of your turns. Also, you now have immunity to Sickening Gaze for 24 hours, so... That's also useful to know. Roland, you haven't started your turn yet, so you technically haven't got to roll that. But yeah. Okay. Meanwhile...
All right. I see.
I'm trying to
Sorry,
get
I
out
thought
of
it
this
was
grapple.
everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I thought you had just started your turn, but technically you ran into the room, so you're the only one who didn't make the save
Right.
yet. Okay. Alright. The only thing left I can do is make one more grapple and then a bonus action to do my frightening cackle, but we'll see. We'll see what we get on the athletics. Go ahead and make me one more athletics seeker. We got seekers and
Alright.
trackers and fuck. I don't think I get it high enough.
He can roll
Good
that
Let's
roll.
one.
roll a 1. No. Dang. All right. Last Hail Mary.
Oh wait, I spent 2 feats on this. Let's go!
2 feats? Yeah, it's working fucking wonders, I'll tell you. The one
Phenomenal.
last Hail Mary the
Absolutely
creature
amazing.
has is to let out this bone-chilling cackle that echoes around the room. And I need everyone to make me wisdom saving throw. This time it is
Yes,
everyone.
or-
It is because it's an audible thing.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Yeah!
Dang.
18 plus 4!
Wisdom is not normally your
Oops.
forte, but
I
you smashed
think
it.
my concentration is broken.
Ooh, I think I rolled a 1.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Um,
Alright.
Ouch.
Alright,
That means
that
my
case...
concentration breaks, right?
Oh shit, also... It's the start of its turn. No, you don't lose concentration. You're just frightened for a minute. If you got a 12 or lower, you're also panicked. Which means on your turn you're running away. But Roland,
Okay.
what you witness as the light is beaming down on them is their flesh, their unholy form, disintegrates away, and you deal 20 points of radiant damage to it. And more importantly, it's kind of like 30 damage because I would have regenerated 10.
oh wow.
Oops. I just skipped a turn. But I think that is literally everything. There is nothing more I can do. And most importantly, Roland, you have no idea how much you fucked my entire strategy because I can't use this little trick up my sleeve because you can't
What's
do
that?
Misty Escape whilst in direct sunlight. And
Yeah.
otherwise, Tracker, or rather, Seeker would be frustrated right now since I just teleport out of his grip. But you have the perfect combination
Literally.
of the grappler, the gradient light,
Yeah.
and just everyone bombing on them.
Are you
So,
getting flashbacks to Curse of Strahd yet?
Can I do a smidge of that?
We even have the extra attacks on the fighter.
you do. So, Roland, I'm afraid you're panicked. You have to run away as far as possible. I
But do I? Do I? Because Fang Podjaw made
made the
save.
save. Okay, well then,
So
in that
she
case,
will
then
stay
Roland,
put.
you can take two other actions. You can take the dodge action or the hide action. Well, you're not going to be hiding much on a mount, but you'll have to take the dodge this turn. But Fang Jaw can stay where they are. Also, I need you to make a con
Then-
save at the start of your turn. The sickening gaze.
All right.
This is the one that should have been earlier. Okay, you're fine. No worries there. Your
Can
holy
he
form
still attack
purifies it.
with his mount?
You can, yes.
Mind if I do a lip?
All right, con save. Oh yes, T.
Mind if I do a smidge of narration? As it thrashes, cackles, scratches at pulls, pushes, all the while Seeker pinning its face against the wall as it starts melting and fusing with the fucking ice bubbling but also freezing. He leans in and he starts laughing in an oddly familiar way. He's mocking it. He's laughing like it.
All right, that's creepy.
Right. Fang Podjaw is going to take a bite at it.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. It looks like they passed the con save too.
That's a crit.
Oh god. More radiant damage. Let's ignore the save.
And I think that's my turn.
Jeez. Alright then. Stef.
Faith is first.
Oh yeah. Faith is somewhere back there, sorry. Let's have Faith go first and see what's up. Barely get into the room, there's so many people.
do it this way.
Cool. All right.
Can she move further? Then 15.
Not really.
Yes.
Shoot,
no,
that's 35
be-
by my mark. But
Yeah.
you can go underneath
okay.
Zephyr. That's fine because they're up in the air. So
Yeah.
you can be there. All right, Steph, you're up now.
Well, I have to run away.
Ah, okay. No worries. Willow.
She's still alive.
Did Snorp make the save or not?
Snorp failed.
Ah, he's
Oh wait,
he's fine.
succeeded.
Oh, he's fine.
He won. He did it.
Oh.
16.
That's all right then. Okay, Willow.
I have a weird vision bug with, like, Snorp doesn't have vision, but Steph does.
Ah,
But I have control.
One moment.
Uh.
There.
Nope, Snorp does not have vision. No.
Snorp does have vision.
you just have
I'm
to
just checking
select
if
him.
he can get anywhere to see it.
I'm gonna
I
say
guess he'll
probably
just
not.
hang out in the hallway here.
Yeah, he'll have to dash otherwise. But all right, Willow.
Graham got his hand raised.
Oh,
Thanks, Dingo. It just occurred to me, I was saying, Roland doesn't need to run because he's mounted, but there's nothing to stop him dismounting and running, so maybe he should.
hasn't he got the saddle that like locks him in place?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it prevents him being dismounted. That's what I was just reading. It prevents him being dismounted against his will, but if he is
Okay.
panicked, then he is probably
Yeah.
willing.
It's not gonna matter.
Right,
Don't worry about it.
Alright,
Don't worry about
okay.
it. I do not foresee this
step into my spirit.
mattering.
That's me healing.
Yeah, I think I could do one thing. That's bite. But legendary actions are not going to get me out of this. I don't think.
This thing's pretty close to dead, right?
I mean, yeah,
need
unless
to
I
Waste a big
succeed
spell
on
it.
unless I succeed on this saving throw, then
Right.
yes, it's dead.
No, the disadvantage fucked me. So wrong.
Roland.
Seeker, make me an athletics check.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
oh,
that's,
fuck. Okay. Okay.
so you're
that's
pinned to
something.
the wall, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yep.
Sorry, is there anything else, Willow?
I don't think there's anything else worth doing. I don't want to say spell slot stuff to pop up later, so I think I'd just have my turn there and let the rest of them finish off.
I don't know if it matters, but
I only do it for one.
I could use another legendary action after Willow's turn.
I don't know if it matters, but second turn of haste out of 5.
Okay, no, it's not going to matter, I don't think. Okay, I'm going to say the legendary action after Willow's turn is to break free of that pinning. And, excuse me. And the last thing you see, Seeker, as it scrambles to their feet, is they look towards this hole behind you, and they seem to try to muscle past you, and they're trying to slide and jump into that hole. But it's your turn, and you need to stop them before they get down there, otherwise. They will probably go down the flume. It's like this big shaft that just goes down into the earth. And that would definitely get out of the sunlight.
Just keep grappling him, keep touching him where he doesn't want to be touched.
Yeah.
Also, didn't I get like a save at the end of my turn, Senrith?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can make a wisdom save. It's not going to matter though. I'm sure this is it. The combat's over after this. I can tell.
How's he looking?
Well, dead. That's
Pretty
how.
well.
I think you would say they were
Cool.
already
I-
dead if they weren't actually animated right now. All their flesh is burnt away.
Yeah. Cool. So, let's see. I'm gonna get the help action from me, funny familiar.
Okay.
Let's see. I can replace one of my attacks with a cantrip. So, Booming Blade, if there ever was a time for it. Let's see. I think the best choice would be to be using my needles. Oh wait, it's prone still, right?
It did stand back up.
Okay. So I'm going to be using my needles, and let's see what happens. Got both of them, so I'm gonna just go hog wild on them.
Oh, that's a miss.
Gonna roll that d20 again because I have advantage for one of these attacks.
That's true. Shit.
Womp.
Your owl's probably
I'm
getting in your
going-
way. It's more distracting than helping.
Let's roll another attack. 19.
Crit.
It's a
10.
hit.
It's a crit.
It's
He's
a crit.
Oh,
punctured.
yes, correct. Oh boy. Did you
Not
hear that?
prone.
It's the sound of death's door. That means this creature is now on death saving throws. You need to do, well, 2 attacks in melee or 3 instances of damage to fully knock it out.
Yep, it's prone, pinned to the wall. Well, let's keep going. What do you think? Actually, you know what? It's got something I want, and I know the weapon I'm going to use for that.
Ahead.
Should have advantage, but I'll just roll it manually. No crits.
Okay, still, that's 2 death saves failed. One more hit will finish him.
That's a 15 hit with puncture. With puncture, it would be 16. I
Puncture's-
don't know why he
puncture
doesn't
doesn't lower the
target it.
AC.
That's under.
Um,
17 I hit.
That'll be a hit.
Yeah.
Well, it should have been rolling advantage anyway, but I don't know why. Oh, I know why. It untargets when you kill something fake, so that's probably why it's done that.
Yeah.
Still, Seeker, it is held down by the needles, your own strength, and pushed back by the light. It doesn't seem to be able to turn into its misty form. You can see its body is trying to become incorporeal, but the light seems to keep it in this form. And for those wondering, yes, daylight did get buffed, so that it does count as daylight, actual daylight. How do you want to finish this creature, this vampire, Knoll?
So he lunges, leaping as Seeker leans out of the way, letting him see hope before swinging the hidden dagger in a reverse ice pick grip and slamming it into its throat, smashing it into the ice wall as it cracks and digs in like a titan. It, for a moment, might remember what fear feels like as Seeker pins its face to the wall, holds it still, his grip iron, cracking its skull and tearing its skin as he pulls out his other dagger. His laughing stops. You have something I want. Give your soul. I don't know if that last bit
Your
it
soul.
got through, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
As
Oh, this-
the dagger jams into the crooks of its outline, twisting in 2 quick exam as the ocular tendon is severed, and he swipes his hand and sliding something it into his jacket and stepping away as he was shielding the beast for but a moment, and it turns to ash.
Fuck. Wow. Yeah, it does in fact only have a single eye, which is all the more interesting as a trophy. But yeah, you see its body there still melting away in the sunlight. The only thing that is potentially like taken from that light before it has a chance to just turn to ash is that eyeball, and the rest of the body just disintegrates before the drift globe, ending the combat. Those who are frightened, you can you can end that frightened condition and come back, since the creature is most definitely dead. That said, the poison
Gonna walk
condition,
in the spirit.
the poison condition lingers.
The person with the most health is taking the last healing from the spirit. Okay.
Yeah. And he sees it. He sees the healing. He's interested.
What is it? A 1d6 or something?
He doesn't know how this works.
Sure, automatically.
I'll just roll it manually.
There you go.
4. Sweet.
Okay. That will conclude that combat. And yeah, if you do have the poison condition, that still lingers. You can't shake the sight of that creature's eye as it seeped into your blood. Those, I think
Who's
Willow
poisoned?
failed. Willow did.
And
Yeah, I
Zephyr
did.
and
I should be
Zephyr.
poisoned.
Is it
Zephyr.
doing like more damage to you?
No,
Well,
it's
you're
just a
poisoned?
poison condition,
Yeah.
which means they have disadvantage on
Alright.
attacks and
Disadvantage.
ability checks.
Okay.
You are violently nauseous at the memory of it.
Yeah, precisely.
What's the big bassy noise that keeps coming through?
That's your
Wait.
aura of protection.
God.
If it's annoying you, I would turn down the interface sounds or something. But yeah, that's whenever someone moves in to your aura.
Right. It's quite. It fires quite a lot, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. So I'm going to pause the game again. Okay. That was unexpected. That fight was supposed to be more of a hit and run, and Misty Escape is meant to be a tool for just getting out of dodge, no problem. You could see it was trying to escape down this long tunnel. And for those who've been to the Frost Giant Lodge, it looks eerily familiar.
Wait.
Seeker speaks up. That was an interesting diversion.
You will
Sure.
Would
speak
you
very
all like-
slow and slurred right now.
The minute isn't
Oh.
done yet.
Well,
I ended haste on you. You're slowed.
All right,
Big
well,
slow
it's
anyway.
6 seconds. It lasts like 6 seconds.
It would be
Yeah,
funny.
I presume it-
wanted to give him a hook.
he would just kind of pause when his voice doesn't come out like it should, and then continue and test it again and continue with the sentence as normal. So,
Can't believe.
is there?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Anyways, he continues. Is there anything that goes bump in the night that you are unsure about? Or will you patch your wounds? Or go further?
Well, if that's your way of offering to take first watch, you could just spit it out, man. None of this odd double speak. That won't get us very far now, will it?
What are you talking about? If you want to die, well, that is none of my concern.
I'm really not terribly sure what you mean, but that aside, I must say, young boy, you'd acquit yourself very favourably in this fight, and I'll be putting forward a recommendation that you be considered for promotion as soon as we get back to camp. Yes? How about that then, eh?
There is no higher position aside from Archmage. I'm the best there is. Unsure if the best there will ever be.
I may have to retract my recommendation if you keep up that sort of talk. And it's all very well to be confident of your abilities, but remember, a knight's true strength comes from their oath. So you keep that in mind, young boy, and you'll go far.
Simple fact is just reason. So, what will you do?
It'd be good to check that there's nothing else around before we rest. But I'm pretty worn out, so I can't do it this time. Last one nearly killed me.
Yes, Willow, and I'm very sorry we went closer to you when you wandered in here. We need to get a little bit better with our scouting plans, I think. Anyway, but what do you say, Stef? Should we take a rest, Tracker? Willow looks like he's about to shit his guts out.
Well, maybe we want to take the rest back at the place. I seem to have derived some inspiration from there. It will revivify you like nothing, like no nap you've ever had before.
Well,
Snob's
that
like,
sounds like it'd be
already
very helpful round about now.
way ahead of you. Snorp's actually
Yeah.
small enough that he can sneak in between the crack because he's a small creature. He
Yeah.
can squeeze.
We're gonna need somebody with some smashing power to punch a wall through here, I guess. Would you please, Seeker, or Tracker?
Yeah, if you want to try and smash the walls and you have a tool that's appropriate.
Is there no way over it? It's
No.
need to go through it.
No, I inspected it thoroughly earlier. We need to
Ever
Well-
forward.
Tracker's got a
Wait.
sundering weapon.
Yep.
That's effective.
Gonna
That's-
Yep. He pulls out, let's see. I presume that is not the Kanabo, I don't think. I think it's this one. So, yeah.
All right, yeah. I think in combination with both the Morningstar and Mallet, you can get through this in about 10 minutes, shattering through the wall and finally making it into the other side. I'm going to just get rid of the walls.
Can
for
I
now.
use those 10 minutes to summon my
Summon.
familiar? I'll knock
Yes.
off a block of instance.
Yep, Chibbles is back.
I should still have some. Yeah, you really need to stop killing him all the time.
It's
Instantly.
fireballs, man. I didn't
Silly.
choose to go after
Big monster.
Chibbles.
It's the only fun he's getting at the moment.
That's my last
True.
block of instance.
Okay.
Mhm.
After
How's
you
this entrance
smash your
looking?
way, yeah, after you smash your way
Oh, never
through,
mind.
and you're in the interior of the tower, you can actually make out there is an exit on the other side, similar to before.
Mhm.
There seems to be cracks. Looking through it, there's a bunch of craters in the ice where part of the tower fell, and there looks to be a way forward, a split tunnel, kind of forks off to the left. But there's a bit of wreckage in
See
the
something
way.
that looks like light.
Ah, that is
Yeah.
light. Yes. There seems to be a slow pulsing flash that's emitting in the distance. And it seems to be coming from something large and metallic sunk onto the floor on its side. And it's difficult to make out from here because it is around the corner, but it's like a pulsing, flashing light.
Gotcha.
Can I do like an Arcana check or something? Or
Not from this distance, I'm gonna say. You would have to get close enough to inspect it. Right now, you can just sort of see the ambience around the corner. Okay. If you want to take a
you're
short
cutting
rest,
out.
guys, I'm cutting out.
Before the short rest, can I check out that dude on the floor?
Yes. This looks to be some sort of Netherese priest. The holy symbol is
Mhm.
Mistrals. Let me check. What else? Okay, yeah. There is well, the pointed star symbol is probably worth a bit of gold. It's a holy symbol worth 25 gold.
I'll hand the holy symbol straight to Faith. He's a stamp
Another
collector.
one.
That's
Another
the
one
main
to
thing.
add to the collection. Yeah. Thanks, Steph. And as she kind of takes a hold of it, you see the room beginning to sort of faintly shift and glow. It's the shifting geometric patterns, and as they're connecting in kind of fractals and Venn diagrams, you feel magic returning to you. So
Mhm.
anyone taking a short rest here can gain a 3rd level spell slot or lower. Just one.
Nice.
I'll take a spell slot back and then I'll do a
uh,
short rest.
During this short rest, I am I'm going to do something which I think I've cleared with you, Senrith. So just tell me if I'm talking shit. During the short rest, Willow, the little snuggle beast that we have that gives you extra healing. I was going to give that to you, but you
Oh, I
mashed a
just
whole
did
bunch of
auto
your-
roll on my hit dice and it used up all of them.
I should have got to the point quicker.
My bad.
No, that's all right. Who else needs it? Faith could do with it. Or where's Tracker? Tracker, where's your hit points at?
Yeah.
Oh, he would never take it anyway.
I wouldn't take it anyway.
Yeah. All right. No, I'll give it to. So, the Snuggle Beast takes on a bit of a life of its own, and seems to move, aided by a mage hand, like as if like the way a kid flies a toy plane around. So the Snuggle Beast is currently flying through the air, pushed around by a mage hand, lands and rests upon Faith as she sets down to take her short rest. So she would get an extra 2d6 hit points on this rest.
Nice. Okay, beautiful. Do you want to roll that for her?
Sure.
Nice. Okay, add that to them if you could, please. Snorp does have some hit dice. They can spend. I would say it's enough to top them up
Oh,
to
right.
17 again.
And also, yeah.
I'll just top them up. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
See, can you
Sorry.
add 6 hit points to Faith?
We'll do that. Help.
Yep. What's
And
up?
does Fangpodjaw have hit dice? I think she
Oh.
does.
How
Oh,
come you
she does.
summoned you summoned a new Zephyr? Was that what that was?
I misclicked. I wanted to see if Zephyr had hit dice.
Ah.
I read something about
Um,
it.
I don't know. You'll have to double check that. If not, you could always resummon them,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a way to heal them.
The beast's number of hit dice equal to your ranger level. So Zephyr has
Okay.
3d6 hit dice.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, roll that. And did Faith restore a spell slot as well?
I didn't select it yet.
Okay, I'll do one for her here. Give her a second back. There we go. Done. Okay.
And I just dropped 5 Leon hands into Fangpodjaw to bring her up to full.
You could also
Um,
use 5 points of lay on hands to cure the poison condition if you wanted.
By the way, I think
Yes,
Seeker.
Yes, do that. I'll take those hit points back off her.
Yeah.
To
No, in
cure
fact, I'll do
Willow.
both. So I'm at 0. Yeah, I'm at 0 Leon hands now.
All right, Willow,
Wait,
you're
who's
no longer
your kill,
poisoned.
sorry? Oh, nice. Right.
Don't forget, you
Later
also
to
get to
that.
recover spell slot of 3rd level or lower.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. To get that 3rd level smite back.
Okay. All right, T, what's up?
Tasty.
Whatchamacallit? During the short rest, Seeker's going to look to Tracker and make a simple request, which is, I will take watch from there. Tend to your expedition, mates. Mates. AKA switch spots.
Sure.
All right.
And
Over the course
in the
of this
corner,
short
he is
rest-
going to be doing something.
Oh, okay.
Of course you
I was
are.
about to say, because you can see something, that flashing light. Every now
Yeah.
and again, Seeker, it's almost as though it changes the rhythm and goes from just a rhythmic flash to sort of a flash, 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 flash. It's almost equivalent to like Morse code, but it's not really a language
Would
that
I know
exists
that
within
from my
D&D.
time?
It's not necessarily
Gotcha.
a language that exists, but you can tell that there is some kind of intelligence behind the flashing. It is not erratic enough to be just random. It seems like it's trying to gain either someone's attention or communicate something.
Gotcha.
Can
Would it be
I-
anything I know from my time in the city or something that was taught to me?
Yeah, okay. You can give me let's think. Arcana would probably be the most suitable. I know it's not your forte, but the DC isn't that high either, so
Go
ahead.
Splingus. Spoingo. Gonna
10?
slap a D4 on that. Unless
Yep.
that succeeds.
No, you want a
nice.
D4 for that. Yeah. There might be a delay of my
Four.
voice, that's all.
4.
Alright, 14. Okay. It's not a language. It's binary. It's only really able to communicate perhaps simple messages. But maybe it's also just trying to be like an alert or an alarm. That's your best guess. But whatever it is, it's definitely some sort of signal from an intelligent creature. You'd have to get closer and maybe interact with it a bit more to get an idea. But it's just something you notice over the course of the short rest. But
Yeah.
okay.
In the corner, sitting down, back to everyone. He's doing something. He's doing some work.
Is anyone able to see that work, or is it private?
It's private. But in the sense that like he's just kind of doing something while watching.
Okay. So say if Steph came
Could
up
be
here right now,
sharpening. Yeah.
they'd perhaps see it.
Yeah, sure, I suppose.
All right. Steph.
With a careful hand, he is peeling something in his palm. With a like scalpel of sorts over the course of the hour.
Okay. Weird. All right, Stevie.
You can't quite see it because it is so small, whatever he's working on.
Right.
At least
in his
without
palm.
like outright. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Steph.
Once
Sorry.
he's done, he pulls out a cylinder that he opens the top of and drops it in to some kind of like liquid, and not quite watery, but you're not quite sure what the sound is when he puts it in there before clicking it shut and putting it away.
Okay.
So you had your hand raised, Steph.
Yeah, you said this Morse code, right?
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing I described to
Yeah.
Seeker.
Yeah. I would like to attempt something, if you let me.
What do you want to try?
I'll take the hilt of my sword and like the signals that I see in the same rhythm, I clank it against the wall.
Okay. It does. It seems to copy your clanging and like flashes back with a same rhythm. If you clang clang, it will flash flash.
Okay, can I say something over there? I will just like I don't think I really need to scream because everything echoes, but I say if you need help, flash twice.
It flashes twice.
Well, we can do that works. You said we can break the wall here?
You could.
Okay.
It would take another 10 minutes, but I'll say that from where
there's a way
you're
around.
correct, Willow's correct. Willow spotted there's
What?
a staircase that leads around, yeah.
Yeah, the room we were in before, there was a staircase at the top right. Northeast.
Yeah, but what about the smashing?
The smashing?
I mean, also, what if it's a trap? You're
Yeah,
like,
but-
oh, it's intelligent. Let's go in.
I was about to come to that. It's like, blink once if there is a trap in that room.
What if it is a trap?
It doesn't blink.
It doesn't blink at all.
No.
Do I have control of the tracker's token?
Sure, but I want to go into the room and converse with the blinking thing.
Me too. Excuse me. Okay.
Where's the so-called staircase?
Go back into the other room. Is that one
Yeah.
following?
Yeah, I'm
We're going
got
into
it.
your route. Or want to just leave someone to die this time?
Oh, Berlin probably also rested, right? Hey, Berlin.
Yeah.
All right. I was just
It's the
fascinated
far
by
east of the room.
this
You can see it.
strange tower.
Oh yeah, do we want to check out this thing here? That this looks like a fucking boat, like a submarine.
That's a tower.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, fuck that shit.
That's one of the spires that fell. But you're right in that it almost looks boat-like. Its curvature and alien architecture feels otherworldly.
Will
You
you
can
be so
imagine
kind
this.
to drag? Will you be so
Sorry,
to drag my familiar on top of me?
Yeah, when I find it.
Vision is super fucking weird here for me.
Oh,
Yeah, my tokens don't have vision. I can select them.
that's fine. I can say Chibbles is with you.
I'll just wait here for the others. Like, I'm not running ahead. I just maneuvered my token here.
That's fine. Okay. Yes, Willow. The same staircase you found earlier is the one that leads around to that cave that you were peeking through. This wreckage, though, you did say you wanted to like. Did you say you wanted to look through it or something? Or it's like one of the spires.
Well, Steve here's gonna look for it, right? So no one cares about the hole on the floor. How's it going?
You can roll a nature check for it, Willow.
Hey, what's that?
Hang on.
You definitely didn't see this before, Seeker. This is new.
Oh,
You're not. What did you get on that result, Willow?
7.
7. You are not familiar with this type of hole, because I believe you weren't at the Frost Giant Lodge. So
I
this
think it's a
is
coffin.
Oh. Fuck, I
Tracker.
already forgot.
Tracker, you wanna
Hmm?
you wanna roll a nature check as you pass
that-
by the hole?
I'm poisoned, so that's disadvantage. I'm not sure if I can make it.
Oh,
Lucky. Well, you're still.
are we rolling nature for a hole in the ground?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Let's go. 3. I mean, I already know what it is, but like, the character has not seen this before.
What's your results,
I got a 3, so he's just like, yep,
Tracker?
whatever. I got better things to do.
6.
Dang. I guess really none of you just inspect the hole. It sounds like you actually are walking straight past it, so that's the thing. The wreckage. I don't know if anyone wanted to take time to look through it. I think Villin was, but Stevie was asking about it. But I think he stepped away for a moment.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, my wife needed something.
Oh, someone's in the back, not following.
That's fine. I'll catch them up in a minute.
I'm here. I'm here. Hello.
Okay, so you was asking about the ship or the boat, whatever you want to call it. It's a tower. Did you say you wanted to inspect it, or were you just walking past it?
After you said it's just a tower, I decided to walk past it.
Okay, Doc. All right then. Then we are working your way around to the opposite side of the shattered tower, and you would be able to finally discover the source of this weird blinking light. And I'll get you some art for this. Oh my god. I am lagging like a bitch. Okay. Might be why. I think I know why. Just gonna drag you there. Okay. In the ground, it's this metallic automaton head that has fallen on its side. It's covered with rime and frost. And the only things that seem to give any semblance of life from it are the 2 blinking eyes that seem to flash when you enter the room.
Mm-hmm. Is Seeker with us in the room or not?
He actually like stopped at the entrance, looked back, and walked away.
Can I? Hey, Seeker, is this a buddy of yours? He can still hear me, right?
Yeah, it echoes down the hallway. This thing's head is far larger than Seeker's. It would have been for a big creature, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, we established a way of communication, and he can probably also see, right? Can he see? blink once if you can see, you know?
It blinks.
Okay, sweet. But it can't talk. Like I see from the artwork, it kind of like has a mouth. Can it literally not move it, or is it just because of the position it's in?
No, it
Like,
doesn't seem to
can
have a
I-
mouth. It's just a big metal plate. It doesn't have any hinge or like jawline. I'm afraid.
Mhm. Let me read one spell really quickly, or maybe you know, detect thoughts. Does that work on constructs
Hmm.
if they are intelligent enough?
That's the
I
only
am
clutch. It's the only clincher.
confused.
What's up?
What do you mean? From the artwork, I can see it has a mouth. I see
Yeah, it kind of
nothing
looks like
that
the
looks
Iron
like a
Giant.
mouth.
Yeah,
If
the
I
bottom
see-
looks.
Wow.
I mean, it could
There's
also
like a,
it could also be like a Dwemer Centurion, where that's a decorative thing.
yeah, I'm thinking more like it reminds me of the Iron Giant. He had like
Mhm.
jaw hinge like that.
it does
So
indeed look very
detect
Iron
thoughts does
Giant.
not work.
Detect
Yeah.
thoughts
Detect
depends on the
thoughts does not.
intelligence of the creature.
Yep. So, I mean, he can communicate, right? So, I assume it's higher than 3, so I will just use my daily use of detect thoughts.
Okay. Let me double check.
I pressed it, but nothing happens.
No, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna
It
tell you the
just
thoughts
says
of a creature on the
creature, but
ground.
I'm not sure.
It's not. It's not gonna be automated to like
What?
tell you the thoughts. It's just.
No.
I d-
But usually I get like concentration and the buff, and it rolls in chat. That's not happening right now. That's what I'm saying.
Because
Don't worry about it.
spells need to be updated.
Okay. Does it need to be an intelligent? What's the intelligence limit on it?
3, it doesn't work on 3 or lower.
It does not work. I'm
But
afraid.
since he could. Oh, but he could understand us. I thought, like.
It's dumber than me.
Yay!
Not words you expect to say very often, Willow.
I think it was bound to happen eventually.
All right, Graham. What was you
So
asking?
its
Sorry.
intelligence is
Oh.
lower than.
It-
So its
It's 3 or
intelligence is lower than 3, but it can. But it can
Yes.
communicate.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
What if
One-
it is
They've tried to
a
mend it.
construct?
1 second, guys. 1 second, guys.
That-
Graham had his hand raised.
Right.
Right.
It's slightly off topic. I hadn't realised when we'd done our short rest that Tracker was also poisoned. I used 5 hit points to bring Fangpawjaw up to full. I'd rather use them to do a remove poison on Tracker as well as Willow.
You may.
Is that okay to go back and do that?
Yes,
Thank you.
you may. And
That would have changed his
Tracker.
role earlier, right?
Yeah, you can
No.
roll again.
The
Oh, no,
6
no,
was
it
the
wouldn't.
first.
You was the first one.
Cool.
Yeah, never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
There you go then. All right. I have artwork for this,
So.
but I am snail's pace lagging.
Oh, never mind.
Like,
I'm
you wouldn't
casting
believe.
it. Yeah. I'm casting it, but it's lagging, and Willow has 20 hours of protection on my screen.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
20?
That's why I paused
5.
the game, because everyone was moving around and triggering it, I think. I can't be dealing with this. It's just fucked.
Do you want me to just switch it off?
I don't think it's the problem. I'm gonna reload real quick.
All right.
Oh, time to take a.
Yeah,
Time to
grab a
step
drink if you
away.
need.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
BRB.
In the meantime, has anybody tried the new RuneScape game? Dragon Worlds?
Nope.
Nope.
I heard it's very good.
Been playing the Expedition 33 game.
I've also
That's
heard
pretty
amazing
story.
things about that game, which is
Yeah,
probably the best looking indie game I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, half the dev team used to work for like Microsoft.
Yeah, but it still qualifies as indie because, as far as I know, it's 35 developers, and one of them is a
Yeah.
dog. And one of them is like, two of them are like accounting and like secretary and stuff like that, right? They have their entire team listed on the website. And the budget for the game was only 5 million. And they had like 1 year to make it.
Yeah.
So
That's
I think it
a lot you can do
qualifies as
without
indie.
bullshit execs.
Yeah. I mean, no, they do have an executive studio above them, like, and actually a quite large one. It's an
Yeah,
Asian thing.
but the team above them isn't Ubisoft execs.
Yeah.
I'd
So-
say at least people used to work with Ubisoft, and now they're free and can actually make decent shit.
But I'd say by all metrics, it qualifies as indie, right? Like 5 million budget on a game is fucking nothing these days.
Yeah.
Or let me put it this way: for 5 million, this is like the best looking game I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean the statistics are great, but the biggest thing that's getting people is the story of it.
Yeah.
Everyone's
I also heard good
loving the
things about the
story.
combat and everything. Like, everything is great, basically, right? It's
Yeah.
just like,
I'm bad at the combat, which but I don't want to turn the difficulty down.
yeah. Like, the thing is, like, that usually, I just mentioned the graphics specifically because usually on smaller budget project, right, the VFX tends to suffer, usually. But
Well, it's not necessarily like higher graphics than any AAA. It's the aesthetic of it. It has the amazing aesthetics that it wins you over. Even
Alright,
if
we're
it's
back.
slightly less realistic than some things, it's so good that you don't notice that.
okay, I
Back.
think Senrith back. Yeah.
Yeah, all good. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So, you back as well, Zay?
Back.
I'm back.
Yeah, back. Okay, cool. If we could just end those effects in the shield of... Oh, they're gone, actually. Weird. If you have a aura of protection, just end that effect. There we go.
I
Tidy that up.
think the lag just happens that, like, if you move in and out of aura, it applies a new, but it doesn't take the old one off fast enough.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, there we go. We fixed. Okay, this is the head you see on the ground. This is what you're dealing with. It doesn't really have a mouth because it's more like a helmet, and the eyes are.
Can I try and stick my
Yeah,
head in it like
pimples.
I'm trying to wear it?
I was about to ask the same thing, but go ahead. I want to stick something in it.
There is kind of mechanical joints and cogs in here. There does seem to be some apparatus, but you can probably get your head in it a little ways, but like you can't climb into it, right? So you can definitely get your head in, and you're laying down on the side,
That's my head.
so it
Yeah.
looks like you're wearing it.
Oh wait, one more thing, Senrith, right? You said it's speaking binary.
No, I didn't say it is speaking
Like-
binary. I said it's like equivalent. It's almost as if all it can do is speak in flash. So it is a binary-like language, but it's not speaking binary because binary doesn't exist
Yeah.
in D&D.
So yeah, so about that, because I don't want to fuck around too long with like coming up with like an Ujo board solution. Would you
Mhm.
say that comprehend languages would work here?
It's not really a language, no. It's just
Okay.
flash, and you've been able to establish a communication by asking yes or no questions.
Mm-hmm. Well, it said it
Comprehend.
Ask
needs
useful questions.
help, right?
Yes, it flashed when
And
it
it-
said it needed help.
It can see.
Yes,
Well,
you confirm that too.
okay. to make this simpler, can I get out a piece of paper because it can see? We established that, right?
Hmm.
And write down like a quick cipher, like how you would translate binary, or Morse, whatever. So we can establish an alphabet.
With its low intelligence, it does not have that function to be able to understand a full cipher language. You already understand that it's a low intelligence creature. It's not going to be able to understand a full like cipher system to
It does
match.
not know how to read.
Yeah, the best you've got
Com-
is yes or no questions.
Comprehend language doesn't allow you to translate an encoded message. And this will be
Yeah.
an encoded message.
Wait,
Well-
does anything happen when I stick my head in it, or is it just nothing happens?
Oh no, nothing happens to it. It doesn't seem to
Okay,
be
it just looks
hostile
silly
or
then.
whatever.
Cool. Good to know.
I'm afraid so, Willow. I'm afraid so.
Hey, we live in a world of magic. Maybe I would have, there's a chance I could have heard its thoughts.
Seeker, you went away from there. Villain does ask, do you not want to be in that room for some reason?
Do you? You're here, not there. You're one of my clients, and I do a very, very good job.
I see. I appreciate your concern. I just thought since Snowdy inspected this that I would have a little look around. So, and yeah, you do see her kind of like sifting through the wreckage and rubble, and she wants to like
Curious,
try and.
as they always are.
Aye, yes, and it seems you have a little owl just like me. She's got a little a white one, and she sends it in through the upper spires and windows, which have all shattered. And when it comes back, it seems to squawk something. And she says, "Oh, if you'll excuse me, I think my familiar has found something."
Mm.
And she will
Let me
clamber
wheel.
inside.
The thing he says is, "Let me lead the way." You didn't
Okay.
rest.
That's true. She should have spent some hit dice, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, I
I'll
mentioned
put her
it. I
back
tried
up.
to say that earlier.
Yeah, there was a whole
There we
lot
go.
going on.
She
Okay.
would have also probably recovered a spell slot if she was resting with us.
She has, yes. She's got
Mm.
she's got her spells. So if you lead the
Okay.
way, you find there is a spire with a wooden chest, and it seems to be where the owl is pointing towards. There's a sliding bolt latch held fast by frost.
Seeker's gonna inspect it closely.
Yeah, it looks like the only way to get this thing open is going to be to melt away the ice on the latch. If you have a torch or an open flame or something like that, maybe that'll work.
I do have green flame blade, sacred flame. I can hit it with a fucking mallet.
You could. Villain does say, let's not try and break whatever contents are inside. It might be the only thing left intact, not in pieces. But a green flame blade is maybe useful enough. Yeah, sure. We'll say
It's
that you
fire
can
damage.
just keep the fire on the blade for a long period of time. Eventually, it melts away the frost, and you can slide the bolt. Most of the bottles inside this chest are smashed, all but two, and they seem to contain a viscous red liquid.
He'll
These-
lift him up to his eyes and tilt his head.
Yeah, I think Villain will get a good look at them as well. You can roll Arcana as well. But I think she recognizes it with an 18.
Yeah, I don't know if I can help action her
Hmm.
because I will
No, I
gladly
don't-
assist her skill level.
That's fine. She does pick it up and she goes, I think those are potions of healing, but they look a little bit more fancy, more viscous than normal. The other regular healing
Yep.
potions are a bit more runny. These ones, these look like superior healing potions.
I could help her with guidance actually to like get her over that last.
It's a success. No need to use it.
Okay.
Yep. 2 superior healing potions.
Mm.
Which she says, well, I suppose I'll inform the others. Yes, Dragon? Zay?
Sorry, I was muted. I just remembered that I have favorite terrain subterranean.
Okay.
Would that give me advantage for that nature check earlier?
that that roll that was like back there. Okay. Yes, I guess it would have. So
Because the
wait.
second roll would have been 17.
All right then. In which case then, yes, you recognized it.
I would have had
This-
advantage then.
Yes, you would have as well. Willow, do you want to roll again? Yeah, that's
Right.
an important thing to mention is you have advantage on nature and survival checks in your given terrain.
Mm-hmm.
10 is still not enough, but Tracker's 17 does pick up on it. You have seen this exact same pattern before where there's this sort of melted, compact ice and there's this rigid, cylindrical tunnel as though something were heating its body and melting its way through the ice and just pushing through. It is a Remoraz hole.
Except this is
Something-
bigger than the previous one.
It's bored its way through the earth and is down deeper in the caves of hunger somewhere. You
Al's gonna do a quick peek,
want to fly down? All right.
more of just like looking from the bridge.
Okay. Whilst I'm gonna give the owl a little bit of vision, you can be thinking about what questions you want to ask that head. Okay, so the tunnel, it sharply curls around on itself and then goes underneath the spire, such that kind of looks like this. I don't know if you're seeing this. You can sort of see the outline, yeah. So it kind of wraps around, goes underneath, and then it heads this way. And it is
Ah, I got
immense. Probably continues on hundreds of feet down into the earth.
Mm. For now, not gonna have the owl stray too far, but yeah, he can tell this is not bad made.
Mm-hmm.
At least in the sense that like, yeah,
You want to
this
send
is
them
very
back?
much unnatural.
Yeah. Okay. Vlin will catch up to the others at this point.
Yep. Seeker's gonna follow.
We found some potions of healing here. Superior healing, in fact. I've got a hold of them for now, but if you'd like someone to look
Seeker
after them...
is keeping a hold on them. He didn't explain why.
Alright.
He just put one away in his items while holding the other.
Okay. Alright, add that to your sheet then before we forget about that.
Yeah.
So to do this, I think, let me just explain how. If you do control space, that'll bring up a little search bar, and you just type into that search bar potion of, and then superior healing.
Superior healing.
Yep, and then just drag and drop that directly onto your inventory, and that should give you a potion of superior healing.
Yeah.
So you need your character sheet open, and
Yeah.
that should work. That's called Quick Insert.
Okay.
That's a module I use. Anyway, okay. Excuse me. Stev, have you thought of any questions? Or Willow, in fact, you're both in here. Any questions you would like to ask this strange head?
I'll let Steivei go first.
Well, yes or no question is tough.
There we go.
I mean, I've got a question if you're not sure.
Yeah, it's like it says it needs help, right? Are you a friend?
It blinks 3 times.
Blink once if you're a friend.
It does not blink.
It's not a friend, okay. Well, I'll let you go, Willow.
I was going to ask it, can we repair you?
It blinks twice.
Seeker's gonna
Twice
hand
over.
Tracker the other healing potion.
I think twice was yes, right?
We
It
can
blinks
fix
twice.
it.
It blinks twice again,
Uh,
as you say that.
Can I point at this corridor right here and say it's the way to fix you that way?
It blinks twice.
Ah, cool. Is there danger that way?
It blinks twice.
Cool. So we can fix it, but
Willow's
it will
been on
kill
the
us along the
smart
way.
juice.
Seems like an easy question.
I have one question to the game master. How heavy is this thing?
The game master blinks 3 times.
What I'm asking is, could we put the head on a Tensor's floating disk and take it with us?
Oh shit. Okay. Possibly. I mean, yeah, you'd have to get it on there with everyone's help. But
I'm
Sure.
sure everybody will help in this endeavor.
mm,
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll take 10 minutes to ritual cast the disc.
Okay. The disc is up.
Yeah.
That thing is gonna weigh a ton. You're gonna need some leverage, maybe, and the help of several strong characters.
Is
Well,
it
would-
helpful that we move you?
Is it helpful that you move it?
Mm-hmm.
How would it
It
know
does
if
blink
that's-
twice, but it does seem to be a hesitant one. It doesn't just immediately blink twice. It sort of waits and then blinks twice.
Look, I just want to take this thing with us because maybe we find its body, and it's gonna. That could be really fun.
Yeah, if you want to try. If several characters come in here and tell me that they're gonna work together to lift it onto the disc, then it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, why not? And I mean, would Professor Scant know if this is any
Good
use to
question.
us?
Yeah, Villin has been inspecting the other spire, but when she walks in, she has Professor Scant do a little scan over it, and they say, "Ah, I believe this is one of the many constructs of Ithrin. This would have been the head of an iron golem. They were protectors, guardians, but also fierce warriors and defenders. They would have had strict orders."
Roland, it's happening again.
I think I met a guy once who's still about iron golems. I think his name was Mime Craft. You know, last name Craft.
What?
Sorry.
Oh lord,
For sure.
he went there.
You go to Zoomer jail.
My cross all ages.
I just found that one Mephit that was still alive last combat. It seems like it was playing dead this entire time. Anyway, fear not about that.
I stepped
I'm
on
sure
it.
we'll continue to play dead whilst we're around.
Yeah, precisely. Professor Skent does seem to say it's possible that we could repair it, but the process of which is time-consuming.
I'm just waiting to head down
time-consuming
this
it.
direction.
Wait, which
As soon
direction?
as everyone's ready, I'm going to go down this hallway.
Yeah, so
Is it-
can we heave the head on and cart it down
Yeah.
the hallway?
Wait. How big is Tensor's floating disc?
It's
It's
like
like,
6 feet. 6 feet
yeah.
diameter.
Ah.
Yeah.
I believe the
Just-
picture had the neck about as
Was it
tall
3
as a
foot?
human man, so about that size. In terms of like
Sorry,
radius
is it 3
or
foot
whatever.
diameter?
Look,
I
guys,
thought this was a 5-foot radius.
It's a 3 foot it's a 3 foot diameter. That's what it says. So it'll be a bit wobbly. Still, it's obviously came in here somehow, but in fact, actually, did it?
What, it
Could have
came in,
crashed.
its head fell off, and then the body just walked away?
It's possible, or that thing fell apart during Yithrin's destruction.
Someone
Now-
stole its body?
Scandalous. Is it far to Yithrin? It blinks twice. It seems we're still quite a ways away.
Okay. Well,
Alright.
do we want to go down the tunnel? Is Seeker back here with us, or where did he? fuck off?
Seeker is here? There they are.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
another room. I don't know if anyone has seen it yet, but there's a chamber to the left of where
Oh
you
yeah. Oh,
went in.
yeah, sure. We can check that out before we go down the other hallway.
Yeah, it does appear to be a dead end, but there's something inside of here that is clearly of interest.
Looks like a coffin.
It does, doesn't it? A
it
flat,
the coffin
slightly
of the
canted
vampire?
slab of stone rests in the center of this 20-foot high cave. One side is rough, as if the slab had been torn from a larger structure. The slab is about 8 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 4 feet high, and covered with frost.
Does casting knock just open this?
Quite noisy.
It
But,
would alert everyone in here. And their mom.
Possibly that ship's already sailed, maybe, because we've not
Yeah.
exactly been quiet.
We just had a fight over there, so I think
There's
that's
no
a ship
obvious-
that's been-
There's no obvious hinges or locks on this thing.
so we just heave it open. Got it.
There's no seams on it.
What's the worst that could happen?
There's no seams on it, so you're telling me it's just a block of stone.
With ice.
Seeker's just going to fucking
Yeah, get your mallet out.
going
Wait, but
to
I'll-
break the ice.
I'll take a step back first.
Well, it's not covered in ice, it's just frost. So you could just scrape it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scrape it off, push open in, or
Okay.
foot it open, whatever is safer with
Yeah.
his Kingsley longswords out,
Okay. I'm
bird
just
flying
gonna-
in the air.
It's going to get rid of the notion that this thing can be opened. At no point did I mention that it is something that can be opened. There are no seams or hinges on it. It's just a massive slab of stone. That said, I think Professor Scant comes in, saves you guys from trying to open something that cannot be opened. He says, what are you doing? What are you doing? No. This isn't a chest of some sort. Nothing to be looted. This is, yes. It's got some Netherese script here in Loros. And as soon as you've scraped off the ice, you can see. It reads, "Take the free, self-guided tour of Yithrin. Press the I to cast the spell."
I press the eye.
Okay. A character who presses the I suddenly feels their whole perspective shift into an out-of-body experience. And you're seeing the room from a small floating sensor just up above where you're standing. So you're looking at yourself in the third person.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel as though you have complete control over this. And you know what? You might as well give me an Arcana check at this point.
Arcana. There you go. Not good enough.
You're not
Unless
exactly
I get a
sure.
guidance.
You can guidance it, but you need a
I
high.
don't need to,
You need a
okay.
higher roll. Yeah, go. I mean, someone has.
Does anybody want to guidance me?
Is there anyone within range that can guidance you? Is it 10
Yes,
to 20?
I'm in a different room.
Are you
Seeker can.
struggling with something there, Stef?
Yes.
What can I do to help you? I feel like I'm just sort of standing around here with the. Oh my god! I've just realised I never fastened up my codpiece when I urinated on those flaming skulls. I've been walking about like this for the entire.
Can I say that
journey.
this is his guidance?
Yes, that's
Sure.
his guidance with his magic codpiece.
Okay,
That's a
that's
4.
actually a success. So you've seen this spell used before when Velin cast Arcane Eye, and from the sounds of it, it's exactly the same properties. Arcane Eye allows you to freely move around for 1 hour with an invisible, invulnerable eye that can hover, and you mentally receive the visual information from the eye, and it can see in every direction. It also has dark vision.
So, I mean, is the party fine with it? Because then I'm gonna check out what's down the hallway there.
Yeah, let's speedrun this dungeon for 1 hour. We've got the ultimate scout.
Okay. In that case, then, I'm going to move Stef's token around the map and just explain briefly what he sees as I move through it. You see Willow just for a brief moment as you fly past them. He's completely unaware of your presence. And you hover into this chamber where there seems to be a set of switchbacks and ridges that head down to a set of stairs.
Yeah.
And
I'll just scout everything methodically. Like, let's just go through every room so we have perfect information.
okay, sure. Then well, let's have a look. Orc. This next chamber seems to be fairly empty, but let's see. Nope. Honestly, nothing much happens yet. You can see sort of another dead end like structure. The walls of the ice seem to lead you around this twisting labyrinth, and there's multiple twists and turns. But if you're going systematically, I guess then you would check out this little area up here.
Yeah, I'll just do the labyrinthine approach where I just follow one edge of the wall.
Okay. This chamber is a little cause of concern. Strange ice sculptures. There are an army of them, small and misshapen. And you can also hear an incessant yipping noise filling the cave, originating from a tunnel in the south. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
then we
contains a
check out the
rough-hewn staircase, but the sculptures don't seem to move or do anything as you enter with the arcane eye. When you come
I
into
see
this next chamber,
kobolds. Oh,
however,
no.
not just any kobolds. These weird, cursed creatures seem to have bloodshot eyes and their
Vampire
withered,
kobold. Got it.
gnarled forms. Yeah, they are clearly vampires. And here, I guess I'll show you the art for these little freaks. They have long fangs, blood kind of dripping from them. Small little loincloths are all they're wearing as tatters. They are
That's
currently
unpleasant.
like it is very upsetting. They take no notice of you. They just seem to be kind of biting at each other and scrapping.
Mm-hmm.
Further down,
They have Moonbeam, bro.
I think just say that. Okay, skeletons, dead people.
this 30-foot high cavern seems to have a very slippery looking floor, and you can see skeletons in the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then there is another little cavern over here. That seems to be another little dead end, and then there's another staircase, and that leads down. Twists and splits, and you'll probably check out this first.
Well,
Okay,
is that a frost giant buried in the ice?
Oh, yeah. Entombed in the icy floor of this 20-foot high cave is the frozen, well-preserved corpse of a frost giant. Scratch marks in the ice suggest a half-hearted attempt to excavate the remains.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Did you
close
want
the
to
artwork on the... thank you.
Yeah. Did you want to inspect it at all, or move along?
Yeah, sure. I will take a closer look.
Okay. Give me a medicine check. I know it's a weird one, but...
One medicine coming right up. And it's
Okay.
a net one.
You have no idea how this frost giant died, but it's hard to tell if it did have any belongings. It doesn't look like you can see any weapons or anything on them. Their body is just kind of lopsided on the side, beneath like 2 feet of ice. And you can make an investigation check as well. Oh wow, okay, nat 20.
Yeah.
It's clear the giant has nothing of value, but the scratch marks in the ice were made by the kobold vampire spawn who sought to feed on the corpse, but quickly got tired of digging through the solid ice.
Oh, we do have a necromancer with us. I'm just gonna hold that out. You know?
Oh god, yeah, okay, well, that's something, I guess. But how a frost giant got down there and perished like this is anyone's guess.
Oh, this looks interesting.
There is a strange icy crypt. There's a 10-foot higher cave where dozens of human skulls surround a pillar of ice. A large cavity has also been opened in the pillar, as if something had burst from inside it.
Do I see scratch marks anywhere?
Sure, you can give me another investigation check.
Because I wonder if it's not just the thing where
Jeez, back
well,
to
number
back
nat
nat 20s. Okay. This does have scratch marks, and you can see that they lead from the pillar, claw their way up the wall and onto the ceiling, much like the creature you saw earlier doing. This could have well been where, yeah, the vampire knoll spawned from. And I'll say that on the actual tomb itself, you can see the inscription Tekela Lee. Anyway, it's clearly the.
Do I spy any treasure?
A search of this cave yields nothing of value, as it seems Tekela Lee had no interest in treasure. Unfortunately.
Okay, got it. So this is all space we don't need to explore. Got it.
Hmm.
I think off
Okay.
here to the right was there something. No, that was the frost giant, right?
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you work your
Mhm.
way all the way back on yourself
Yeah.
to this room, there is a tunnel that leads down. This place is a freaking maze, you realize. And
Yeah.
heading down from here, you enter into this cavern where, yes, once again, there is another borehole. And a 15-foot diameter hole in the floor. Seems to be the upper end of a tunnel. Another Ramirez hole, perhaps.
This hole, you mean? Or oh no,
Yep,
this is a
that-
water pond, I guess.
That is the hole. Did you want to go down it or
Can
down through the
I-
tunnel?
I'll check down on the hole. Let's check the tunnel first, I guess.
Checking the tunnel? Okay. Yep, so this will lead all the way around to... yes, the thing in the ice.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. This gets a little bit Eldritch Horror. Something
Another
of
investigation.
a...
Arcana?
Well, no, not yet. A flat sheet of cloudy ice forms one wall of this 40-foot high cavern. Something dark
Mhm.
and humongous shifts behind the wall. It's like this long,
moving.
single tentacle. It's waving, unimpeded.
Can I
And
wave
you become aware... Well, you're invisible,
back?
right? Technically.
Mhm. Mhm.
But you do become aware that somehow this thing notices you. And it seems to shift
Okay.
as you do. So when you move over to the right, its form twists and follows you.
Mhm. Can I inspect it closer? Investigation?
You can't really see all the way into it, but I'll say give me a perception check. See if you can find an area where the ice isn't so cloudy. It's a little
15?
better. There's an area perhaps above it. You're like looking down and you see the long form from a different angle. It starts off kind of wide at the top and then streamlines to a tip on the other end. Think of it like a long twisting tunnel or funnel, sorry. And also there seems to be appendages attached to the funnel,
Mhm.
like 4 different arms that seems to move around and they press up against the ice. And
I see.
then lastly there is a mouth full of ringed teeth like a lamprey eel that seems to suddenly push up against the ice.
Oh, look, another friend. Is there a dead end over here, or can I move across it?
It's a dead end. This whole thing is
Okay.
in the
Okay.
ice.
Okay, then let's go check this further out here. I
Okay.
see stuff over here, I guess,
Mm. Yeah, there is. You can
which
move
is
into
also
that
dead
chamber.
end.
There's a strange cramped area here. And on the floor in the middle of this 15-foot high cave is a 8-foot high cube of smooth greyish green stone that is free of frost. Weirdly.
Arcana, maybe?
You can go. Yeah,
Do
you
I
can
know
give me an
what this
Arcana
is?
check. You've never seen anything quite like it. And I don't think that's going to tell you much more. Oh, wait, an 18? It doesn't look
Yep.
like Netherese. Well, maybe it is, but it's bizarre.
Mhm.
If it was like Netherese, where it's the kind of the greyish stone, the only question is to why it's not got frost frost on it like the rest of it,
Mhm.
and why it's not in pieces like everything else you've found. It's either crumbling or shattered. This is in one full
Yeah,
piece. It's
I
very
was
bizarre.
thinking if it's somehow related to the green seed thing that we found in the Druid Enclave. Like if the material is the same.
No, it looks like stone.
Okay,
Doesn't look like
Got it.
gems or crystals.
okay. Well, let's check out the other stuff here.
Okay. What else we got? There's another dead end up here, although
Oh,
something
there
is
is
disturbing. In the corner of
mummy.
this this 15-foot high U-shaped cavern appears to be empty at first glance, but a sudden sudden tapping. Well, you can't really hear it, I guess, because you've only got sight.
I've
But
only got vision.
yeah, you've only got vision, but you do perhaps see something moving just faintly against the west wall. And when you get close enough, you see there is something trapped. A black robed figure in with a golden visage. That is humanoid, but they're like tattered with black robes and wearing a golden face mask.
Mhm.
They don't seem to be able to free themselves from the ice.
Oh, we're talking about the same token that I see here.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, sweet. Nothing else in the room because I can't see this area.
Nope.
Like if you move.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Dead end.
Then south was another staircase, I think.
Yes, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Bizarrely, you enter into what looks like a frozen grove with frost-covered trees filling a 50-foot high cavern, the floor of which is a mixture of earth and ice. By some magic or miracle, the trees are actually alive. Their canopies thick with frosty leaves, their branches bearing purple pears that hang like ornaments. A low wall, broken in several places, threads its way through the grove, which is surrounded by 6 exits.
6 exits. Oh my god. Is there any exit that looks like more like the place that we're looking for, like something that goes up, I guess, or down? Like this looks interesting over here.
There is
This
a
looks
similar
like the main
tunnel
hall.
to the one you saw earlier. This is like another Remoraz tunnel that goes down. The other tunnels, this one leads up in the far south. Ooh, there's something else down here as well. In the southeast, it kind of goes up.
Yeah,
This one
I
here.
guess I'll check out. This one goes down, you said, right?
Yeah, southeast goes up, and northwest goes down.
Yeah, I'll check out the down one first because I feel like it's connected maybe to the hole that I saw earlier.
Okay. You emerge in what looks to be a
Ooh.
egg-shaped cave. The chamber rises to a height of 40 feet, and the floor is slightly concave and sinks towards a 15-foot diameter hole. Well, that's the hole you just came through. So, but ahead of you, you can see there seems to be some kind of nest, and there's even eggs surrounding it. There's also a warm,
Can I tell what
fiery
kind of
light.
eggs they are?
That would be another nature check. But
Nature. Sure. Not good.
you're not exactly sure. But as you come into the cave proper, you see a bulbous cavern with walls as smooth as glass and a ceiling lined with dripping icicles. A wisp of steam rises from a roughly circular pool in the northern half of the cave. And the south of the pool is a shallow, it's like a crater with these oversized snowballs. I guess you mistake the eggs for snowballs.
Oh, there is a lot
but-
of those eternal flame
Yep.
things going on here, I guess.
There is. And as you hover over the top of them, I'm going to say this is what you see. Because there are more. And that you've stumbled upon an entire nest of these things. You could say that they're hot springs, but then when you realize what's coiling around the eggs, you realize this is the last thing you want to dip your toes into, because there is a living Ramaraz spinning its body around its clutch.
Oh, Ramaras, that was the worm that we saw outside earlier, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, it was.
Okay.
And there it is, right there. Seems to not be disturbed at the moment, but intent on incubating its eggs with its heated body.
I
You can see a rough
what's up here?
size comparison with the little dudes walking around there.
Okay. Well, I'll check out all the rooms here.
In the north chamber, you see there is a figure. It seems to be one of the
Worm
worm rats. Mm-hmm. It is the worm tribe, and currently they're sort of resting up against the wall, sharpening a pair of hand axes.
Mhm.
He
Is there
wears
anything
this
of note back here?
wears like a bug-like mask with huge antennas. No, you kind of see like a bedroll, few belongings of them, maybe some trophies and rations, but it's just a small living space that they've carved out for themselves.
Mhm. Anything else here? Like I see there's room over here.
Yep, that's the tunnel that the owl found that leads all the way up. But it does fork off.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
There's another tunnel. This one leads even further down.
Yeah, I'll check out this further down tunnel, I guess.
Okay. Oh
Does this
god.
go up or down?
This goes down, and you can't really figure out just how deep into the earth you are. But
Okay.
let me just check, because I think this one
If there is
lead
no
you
map
to-
underneath, we don't have to do this, Senrith. Chris, we
It
don't
leads-
have to do this if this doesn't lead anywhere.
I'm not going to do this. I'm going to tell you that it leads all the way to the Underdark, and if you spend
Okay.
any more minutes on there, then you'll
No,
be running out of arcane eye.
No. I guess so this is all Worm Tribe area. Right? I guess that the
Mhm.
hole that I saw earlier also connects to here, so in some way. Probably up here.
Yes. Effectively.
Okay.
Excuse
Then
me.
can I go back out with my remaining time and check out one of the tunnels that goes up?
Yep, sure can. Past the grove, you mean, yeah?
No, we were in this big circular room, and you said there is ways leading up, like the frozen garden.
That's the grove I meant. Frozen Garden Grove. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you do want to go down here. So where I was saying
Yeah,
in the southeast.
Southwest. I guess that's the place I haven't seen yet.
You want to go in the
Or
southwest?
southeast,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
Okay, southwest, southeast, southwest, southeast. Fuck me. Look, just tell me which one you want to go in.
That one.
This
Yeah,
one.
this one's
I'm gonna-
fine.
Okay, you're going down here. It's a slight delay. It's just like sending me off. All right. This one just leads all the way around to. Oh wait, no. This is an interesting tunnel. Okay, it wraps around on itself and seems to be heading
Oh.
west now directly. As you stop off in this room.
I see an ancient weapon stuck in the ground.
Yep, that there is
Caliber.
a massive, giant-sized wooden spear with its obsidian tip pointing upwards. The weapon glows with a faint, cold light.
Would I know what this is?
This looks like a weapon for a giant, and you have no idea what kind of item it is necessarily.
Okay.
But no, you've never seen it. You've seen
Okay.
weapons this big
And up
before.
there
You've
is
seen them
that
like
end again.
yeah, dead end there. If you continue around though,
Oh, here is the battlefield. Yeah. Oh, it's getting interesting.
okay, they're 29. Sorry guys, if you've been waiting so long. This is good scouting information though.
Believe me, there is a lot of places we don't need to go, and we would waste hours there.
This is bizarre, but there's icicles clinging to a 20-foot high ceiling. Embedded in the south wall is a domed circular building made of seamless black stone and decorated with faintly glowing constellations. A frost-covered statue made of, well, looks to resemble a human wizard, stands outside of it, gazing outward from atop a 3-foot-high stone pedestal. The building and statue rest on a 5-foot-high curved stone platform enclosed by a low wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's everything you see
Yeah, I
there.
go forward. I'm just looking for the iron golem's body, you know? That's what I really want to find.
You've not seen it yet.
Yeah.
Okay, as you come around the corner, there is a cavern is a forest of icicles, some of which have grown to the length of 5 feet or more. Embedded in the south wall is a cylindrical domed building made of seamless black stone and decorated with those glowing constellations again. Rime-covered statues still there's more of them. There's like another 3. Gazing
Should
outward.
I ignore the blast craters in the ground, or?
These do look like craters, but they would have probably been from the heavy impacts of building, like construction, landing in the ice. There are a set of stairs that lead up and into the actual structure.
I just want to check out one of the statues closer to see if it's like a trap, something that will shoot at us, like lasers.
Yep, you can actually. As you go up to there, you see there is a bit of movement coming from the back room, and as you go around the corner of the statue, you see a figure hiding behind it, with perhaps with weapons drawn. They are a drow, and you realize that tunnel that led down into the Underdark could very well be how they got up in here, but still.
I also see a drow wizard back here.
There is. They seem to be rifling through the Yithrin's magical tomes and artifacts.
But I guess this is a place where we want to be at, because I see a very glowing book here. Can I check that out closer?
Is there a glowing book? Oh yeah, shit. So there is. Weirdly.
I love glowing spell tomes. Those are my favorite thing.
Apparently so. This looks to be the mage's book, and they are going back and forth and seem to be practicing spells and copying scrolls into their spell book. And you can roll an Arcana check, I guess, to see which one they're copying right now. That's a success.
17.
You can see he's copying down Cloudkill currently.
Oh. Well,
It's a
good
5th
that I
level.
have Gust with me.
Yeah, true. Okay. He looks like he's nearly finished as well. Okay.
I guess
That's
there is
everything you
still
see.
this one worm tunnel left here.
Yep. That tunnel leads back around and into the nest.
I see.
So
how
you've
much
kinda
time
gone
do
in
I
a
have
full
left
circle.
on the eye, or would you say
Good question. Probably enough to get back to the grove and check out what was down there before it runs out.
Sure.
Okay. I'll send you back down. Fun thing is, as though this thing said it would give you a tour of Yithrin, yet you've actually yet to make it to Yithrin.
Yep.
Where is he? He's gone off the map. Okay.
Oh no, I've seen the endless void.
Good lord. Alright, I found it. Oh my god. Please. There we go. This is the tunnel that leads down southeast. Okay. And if you follow it, it leads out of the Caves of Hunger. This is your exit. And beyond it you're going to get one
For
look at Yithrin.
simplicity's reason, can we just say that we kind of have a mental map of this place now? Because I'm not going to remember all of that
Sure.
until next week.
I'm just going to give you a brief description before your spell
Mhm.
ends. This is the last thing you see. The tunnel opens into a vast grotto enclosed by gleaming ice. Consigned to this frozen sepulchre is a fantastic city sculpted by ancient magic and illuminated in a haunting way by green and purple lights that shed no warmth. The city is slightly tilted, its spires leaning away from you as though recoiling from your presence, and you hover above a causeway of frost-covered ice that stretches towards the city like the dead frozen tongue of some hideous behemoth, out of whose mouth you just flew.
Do you have a picture
art.
for us?
Yeah, I guess so. Hope I do. Excuse me.
Do you need to stop? You don't sound very good. Like,
It's my voice. Yeah, it's just hay fever kicking my ass. That's all.
well, if you're sick, we don't need to go on. I mean,
Totally.
No, I'll give you the view first. Bang!
Yeah.
Hit you with that. There it is. The final chapter, awaiting you.
Yeah.
I don't like the name of this place.
the crops are
Nothing good starts with that word.
That's right.
Well, you see, they have a little park there. It can't be that bad.
There is some sort of like ecodome.
Made loads of those.
Yeah. it's fine.
2 ecodomes and an ecodome and a park.
For like little baby zombies in the city of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this looks more like this looks more like a thing straight out of Warhammer, if you ask me.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay, I can try and give you a
Yeah,
map
sweet.
of this place, but that's everything you see. Your vision
mean,
comes
I'm-
back into the room, and you're with the others now.
I mean, I feel like we have a lot of things to discuss, but basically, what I saw in there, right? We have a way there, from what I saw, without combat to go like straight to the end. However, I assume that Tracker probably wants to check out the giant weapon, and I definitely want to check out the draws,
Yep.
which is
think
one
the
combat
two of
encounter as
them-
far as I've seen.
Good thing that one of them is on the way to the other.
Yep.
What? Yeah. So, like, it's a bit off, like, but we can get to the Frozen Garden with no combat encounters as far as I've seen. At least I've seen no tokens. There is the mysterious figure that's stuck in the ice that looked like a mummy that we can check out.
Mhm.
You said it was like a robed man that was frozen there, right?
Yes, robed with a golden face mask.
Yeah, could be somebody we can talk to. I saw the giant weapon that's enchanted. That seems interesting for Tracker probably. Then we have the free draw. One of them was definitely a wizard, and he was just copying Cloudkill, which AOE spell, very bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad for us, but good if you can get it.
I mean, I have Gust with me, so if he casts Cloudkill, I can push that back on him, technically.
Do we have any fear that, and I guess Roland would, I'm assuming Stef relays all this, so Roland would say to Villain, is there any way those little tiny vampire kobolds that look like an old man's Johnson, is there any way that they might be able to bring back that gnoll vampire that we just vanquished?
Sorry, space tank.
You have static. You have static.
Everyone, it's broken.
Static.
Robot.
We broke
Fix
Senrith.
it.
Maybe
That hay fever
we're good.
making him sound awful.
Okay, sorry. Repeat that for me.
So Roland would be saying, is there any way that those little old vampires would be able to bring back that rather large one that I single-handedly vanquished not a moment ago without any help from anybody else?
Well, it depends if they are capable spellcasters. Did they look like they had any books or staves on them or something? Did they look smart?
What do you think, Stef? Did they look smart spellcasters?
No, they don't look like smart spellcasters. We can
Okay.
we can also completely avoid them because they are stuck on the northeastern part of the cave.
If they
The
can't
Frost-
bring the gnoll back, I'd rather not get into
I
them.
don't think so. I don't think so. It's like, okay, how do I describe this in terms of what I saw? If we go there, we're basically like gonna walk there for like a couple of hours to just kill the 4 of them and then walk all the way back. They're like on the opposite side of the map. And there is nothing else of interest there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Yeah, they were
see
kind of
any real need.
they were kind of
Yeah.
like gnashing and infighting, you know, scrapping with one
mean,
another.
The one thing of interest there was a frost giant corpse that's like under 2 meters of ice, but I didn't see any weapons or anything that was like useful under the ice despite a net 20, so feel like we can ignore that part of the cave. And we have multiple ways to get to the draw thing. We can go like the safe route through the garden. That also gets us to the green obelisk, I think. Then we just need to avoid going downwards into like there is tunnels that look like really smooth. Those are the worm tunnels, right? And there is a
Yeah.
worm with its rider down there that we saw outside. If you guys want to fight that, I personally I think we can fight that. Yeah.
Is this
Oh, and there is
is
the
this
Cthulhu
helpful?
thing that we can check out. Yeah.
You should see the map on your screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully that gives you
Um,
an idea.
Yeah. Basically, if you see the 3 water pools, right? That's where the worm is. Then bottom left of that, like, is the cave with the draw. And bottom right of that is like, and like right next to the draw cave was the cave with the ice giant weapon. I think was here, right next to the draw thing.
Yeah.
Senrith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Yep.
yeah, and then in the frozen garden, somewhere like to the right of it was the green obelisk. So we can go like from the chamber we're at, we can go like straight down, avoid the wormhole. And yeah. We can also check out the Cthulhu thing on the way there. We stop right by it.
Sir, I think from what little I would be guessing the Remoraz looks like potentially the toughest thing we'd face. So I don't know if there's any need to go in there unless someone wants an egg.
I mean, we can face it. I think the toughest thing we were supposed to face was like the gnoll here, the vampire. But yeah, it's basically from what I saw, there is 2 combat encounters here: the Remoraz and the Drow. And we can avoid the top right part completely. There is nothing there.
Looking at the map, there is a way we can avoid the Remoraz.
Yes, I'm just gonna say, knowing Chris, if we walk by any of those holes, he's gonna make us probably roll stealth checks or something. Like, but yeah, there is a way to
We're going through the
completely
hole.
avoid them. The worm was specifically in the one that was the closest to the hole on the east. Like, you see those 3 puddles? The top right one was where I saw the worm.
Okay.
So
Actually,
this
the,
hole might be dangerous. But we can also
left-
set a trap there.
The top left one is where you saw the big one.
Oh, sorry, it was top left. My bad.
Yeah. There was some movement
yeah,
coming from the other two pools, though. I will tell you that.
Oh, okay, so it's potentially 3 of them.
Fuck
But
that.
they didn't look as big. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. Well, I see 2 combat encounters here. It's like 2 Drow and the Wizard, and the Remoras. In the Remora's cave, there was only the Rider and nothing else. Like, all the chambers were empty. So, like, the artifacts of interest are all in the bottom left, where the book and the spear is. And I really want to check out the Cthulhu thing. Maybe it's what's the thing on my head again, Senrith?
It's a brain leech thing.
Yeah.
No, it's a
Maybe it's its big brother, its
A
cousin.
distant relative.
Yes.
Brain
Can I
cell.
see the picture of the golem head again?
Yes. This one.
Kind of looks like the old face. Looks like an old face.
As you step into the room, Secret, it flashes and greets you.
Likewise, Seeker's eyes flash in the same pattern. As he crouches down at its internal, examining the state of everything and how it's doing.
Yeah, you can clearly see from its head, it took a heavy impact and crashed down here. Where the rest of it, you have no idea. And that's the crazy thing, is you didn't see the rest of the body the entire time. You scanned the whole of these caves, no sign of the body anywhere.
Gotcha.
So, I would like you to make an Arcana check, Seeker.
Alright.
Because you know these, unfortunately. You have no idea where the body is, unfortunately. But I will say you've ruled out the Caves of Hunger, though. It's not here.
I mean, it's probably in the necropolis.
Right.
Given, I'm guessing my character knows what that is from the description.
Yep.
I have one question for you, Senrith, to simplify this.
Mm-hmm.
Can I switch out a spell during a short rest?
Can you? I think there's memorize spell is a feature you have.
Yeah.
Then yes.
I can. We will just do this. I will switch out one of my spells for I can only use 1 4th level spell anyway. I'm just
I
figuring
guess
out which
technically,
one.
if it's relevant, guys, you could have had another short rest then. I don't know if that gives you an extra rage or something of that.
I mean, I'll take it. I love having 3, whatchamacallit?
Second wins.
Yep.
There you go then. Take another short rest.
He's going to be interacting with the thing, probably, like, using Smith's tools.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now what I'm planning to do, Seeker, right? And you tell me if you want it to happen or not. Because I plan on switching out a spell for Enlarge Reduce. Reduce the head, and we kind of have like a bag of holding with us.
Gotcha. That doesn't last forever, though.
Yes, but we can put it in. It's a bag of holding, right? Once it's in there, it's good. It just has to fit through the opening.
Well,
if
there is a
that's cool
question
with
of
you, Senrith.
it's a question of how much weight it can carry, and if this thing weighs like a ton, then I think immediately the bag would then suddenly overload and just pop. Check how much weight can it carry. Even naught does have a limit.
Let me
let's
check
say
here. I
it's,
never
let's say
actually
it's
checked.
let's just say it's equivalent to a bag of holding, which can carry 500 pounds. And what ton in pounds? That's going to be £2,200. Even if it
I
was
mean,
half
I'm
a
gonna
ton,
say this.
it would still be too
I
much.
really want to take this thing with us to see if we
Mhm.
eventually find its body. And
Floating disc
I would
is probably a better
prefer this. Yeah. I'm just not. Are you cool with recasting that every hour?
It'd be a 10-minute spell, right? Ritual. Yeah. It's not concentration.
Yeah.
So.
No.
All right.
Okay. Then we prepare the other spell again.
Yeah. You would just have to sort of. There was a flat surface on it where its head is, so tipping it up onto that will
Yep.
keep it
No,
sort of
Then
stable.
we're running with that, and I'm not switching a spell.
Okay.
I'm cool with
That's
that.
fine then.
Actually, I
That's
will
fair.
switch one spell, but a different one.
Looking at it, he's going to check the lip of the spike bit on its nose to see if there's a nozzle. I'll just take a picture and then show you what I'm looking at.
Okay.
He's investigating a certain part of an iron golem that I believe he would just know because he's seen these things do their job.
Mm-hmm. Well,
This bit.
where'd you link that?
Specifically the
Oh,
poison
just-
breath,
okay.
which I'm not going to presume I'm going to get it in its full glory, but he's going to investigate that part of the machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is a small vent, like hole there. It's
Gotcha.
you're not sure if it's functional or not,
Yeah.
but that would be where it exhales.
Seeker speaks up to it. Inquiry. Trying to think of the specific lingo. Oh. Anti-humanoid bioweapon system. Operatable.
It flashes.
He knows the language.
s-
Yeah.
It flashes a single time negative.
Broken?
It flashes twice.
No ammo. Question mark?
It flashes
Or,
once for no.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be an ammo
Understand.
issue.
Seeker is going to start poking around to learn the problem with his smith's tools and the help
okay.
of guidance.
All right, roll me blacksmithing. You can add
Alright.
add your guidance as well. Now, normally it
Sure.
asks you for like a check involved here. What's
Yep.
the skill associated with blacksmithing tools? Depends really. what
I
kind
think
of-
it's whatever.
depends.
I'll be
yeah.
using Dex because
Dex. Okay. You can get up into its functions. This is where Willow had his head.
Nice.
Okay. There is something bizarre as you perhaps manage to find a service panel, unscrew it. The blacksmithing tools then kind of dislodge the panel. Inside, there is a set of whirring gears that seem to twist, turn, twist, 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 turn, turn, twist. It's almost as if would have been some sort of connecting joint here that is sending functions to perhaps another rotary system or axle, but it is not tied to anything. The axle shaft is completely broken off, and but with a nat 20, right, you can tell it means it is sending or trying to send signals to its body, and its body is still moving of its own accord.
I had a hunch about that actually.
Question: when they described the corpse of the giant was it vague? Like there is a large figure, but you can't make out details about it?
The frost giant was very clearly a frost giant, covered beneath
Ah,
2
okay.
feet of ice. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I also had a net 20 on
Yeah.
that one. I can probably tell you how large its toes are.
And it would
Yeah.
have been huge,
Mm.
right? Whereas 9 golem is like large.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a large. Whereas a frost giant is like a huge creature. Yeah, so wherever its body is, it's functional and is moving, or at least trying to, perhaps, or you're not exactly sure, but it's almost as if when this thing is twisting and turning, you imagine its head would be swiveling, its shoulders would be swinging. Also, with the Nat 20, I can tell you that the function of the breath would be something that maybe is stored within its belly or its chest, similar to like where a lungs would be placed. But yeah, they're not. You're not able to gain the breath weapon from the head without the body.
Anything I can help out at this angle so far? That 25? Because he's got an hour to burn and no reason not to make sure the unit is operating at full capacity.
You can remove these. Yeah, you can remove the snapped axle. You can clear up any of the frost and rime that is kind of coating the interior, and polish the optical devices so that their lights scan a bit more. And you would be, as soon as you found another axle, it'd be easier to reattach the head. But it's still, and most importantly,
Seeker will keep an eye out for anything that could work as a jury rigged replacement.
Sure. All right then. Snorp does say, this is a little kobold, comes into the room. He says, hey, don't mean to pry in your business or anything, but this thing did flash no when we asked if it's a friend.
Did it flash no?
Yeah, it is. It said, are you friend? And then it went, no. So...
Oh, I'm sure we'll win him over. Right?
Okay.
Right,
yeah.
Seeker?
I mean, you won me over.
Yeah, exactly. Also, like, Seeker seems to be a buddy of this thing.
I don't think it's smart enough to win over.
Well, you became our friend.
Seeker places
Willow.
Seeker places a hand on it as he starts speaking to it with a lot of lingo you just literally don't get. It's like fucking let's see, security clear it, its credentials, a list of things. Like he starts spitting some actual fucking nonsense,
Some jargon.
and yeah, conveying who he is, which is you know where Seeker sits on the hierarchy of machines.
If it could respond physically, it probably would be.
Yeah.
Right about now.
There's ally, foe, and neutral are the 3 inquiries he makes about its like state towards him. And then its state towards the rest of the people here.
Let's see.
Is it his ally, his enemy, or neutral to him? And is it the ally, enemy, or neutral to the rest of them?
Okay. That is a complex sequence of questions, but I'll say that...
It seems like blink once, blink twice, blink thrice.
It more flashes 3 times to these questions.
Okay, so 1 for ally, 2 for neutral, 3 for enemy.
3 for neutral, really. More like 3 has been
Okay.
like the equivalent of I don't know. So it might be because the circumstances surrounding these groups have changed, and now it doesn't know who his allegiance is to. So it says just I don't know, but it has definitely not said I'm an ally or I'm a friend at any point.
Can I just try one more thing? Can I pull out the Shield Guardian amulet, hold it in front of its eyes, and see if that changes anything about it?
When you take it out, you don't recognize it
What do you mean I don't recognize it?
It's been a while.
because this is the
You
first
look-
time you've looked at it since Seeker touched it with his hands, and there was a crack noise. You're staring at the facsimile of his face.
So it's Seeker's face on the Shield Guardian thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He cracked the outer shell that was a false shell, hiding the
Okay.
truth of the token for
Okay,
his citizens.
So, does that amulet actually do something now or not? Or was that just,
You don't need
The-
to present your token of payment. I know it is expensive. Let
I mean,
me
more like it
work.
used to be a magic item with attunement. Like, what is it now? Is it just, I'm more
no.
asking in mechanical terms what it is now.
Mechanically, it does still have a semblance of magic about it, but it isn't attunement. No, it's less of a controlling amulet, more of a a magical sort of binding
Notification. Page
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
I see.
What are those
Well,
like pucks? You know, like in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still want to see if me flashing the badge or the amulet at the severed head changes any of its responses.
There does seem to be a
Seeker
kind of
answers that. I didn't think that. Okay, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Oh, there's a bright flash.
I didn't know that was
of,
happening.
of recognition, perhaps, but there's little it can do to communicate. It does seem to take notice of it, though.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do, basically. You know, it's
Okay.
like flashing a QR code at the Terminator so it doesn't kill you.
Yes. It's like scans it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
basically.
Okay.
Oh, Roland's having a schizophrenic moment.
Okay.
All right.
Seeker starts working with it, essentially establishing a few things. In executive order bypass on its previous commands, redesignation of its security credentials to identify everyone here as a probably like grade 3 security clearance, yada yada. Essentially making it identify that these people are not enemies, something to protect, like a civilian of the state, like it normally would, and to regard Seeker as its superior officer, which he is.
That for that you can. Ooh.
He understands, I would presume, enough about the binary E to essentially tell it to set at things to 1 and 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, etc., because he's,
It
actually
it
kind
seems-
of acquainted with how these things work, given his
It seems to-
proximity.
It flashes an understanding. Yes. Like repeatedly.
Okay, sweet. Well, Roland wanted a clear jump off point.
Yeah.
We're 10 minutes out. So I feel like, and you're dying.
Yeah.
I feel like
A
we've
little.
reached it.
Unless Tracker will Willow or Roland, do you want to do anything before we wrap up tonight?
Yeah, I was just going
Mm.
to do a wee bit of jiggery pokery. If we're getting that short rest, I've given the Snuggle Beast to Fangpaw Jaw, because I think everyone else is at full. From what I could see,
Yeah.
people's tokens are thereabouts. She's got no hit dice left, so giving it to her to
Mhm.
bring her up to full. And
Yeah.
for Roland, he's going to use his Harness Divinity power, our Harness Divine power, which allows him to use a Channel Divinity to replace a spell slot.
Sounds
And
good.
then he would get that Channel Divinity back on the short rest. So before he rests, he'll cast Aid on himself, Fangpaw Jaw, and Willow. Extended using 1 meta magic point, which means it lasts for 24 hours.
Oh.
Which is
Nice.
very tasty. So I'll do that at 3rd level.
Good job.
And then I'll use the Harness Divine Power to replace that. So I'll activate that on Willow
Clever.
and me and Fangpaw Jaw.
Extended spell coming in clutch.
Yeah.
It's bloody awesome. It's an extra 10 hit points for the rest of the day.
It would
Yeah.
be large. By the way, the head is a large size thing, right? Not the
Yeah,
entire
that's
creature,
right.
but just the head specifically.
Yeah.
Can you do me one more favor, Senrith? Can you post the mini map of the thing into the handouts, because I'm just gonna
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
gonna put notes of where everything is
Yep,
with
that's
my
fine.
paint
I will
skills.
do that. Mm.
And my hit points have gone to -5.
Oh,
Also, yeah, Seeker does one last diagnostic to make sure that it doesn't have like memory problems, but it's basically just a bunch of numbers in its head that's designated as like binary.
Oh, did
Sweet.
somebody get a magic sword when you were fighting Icewindale?
Okay, that's.
I
don't know how
No,
Aid
that sword
fucking
is already
did.
claimed by someone.
Why?
The
You know,
robot
I'm just
communes
asking
with
if
the
we got
robot.
it because I'm looking in handouts and I see a bunch of screenshots.
Okay.
I'll take like Neferese or Neferese binary as my second language if you want.
That's called Loros.
Loros, yeah. Do that.
Go.
LOROSS.
Gotcha. Take off
Okay,
the
let me
card.
figure out what the fuck happened with Aid here.
It just killed me. That's amazing.
Yeah. Let me change it.
But seriously, what's the story behind the sword? Was that for an NPC?
That sword was
You mean the spear?
Eisingdorf.
Oh,
Or
icing.
are you
Right. Excuse me.
That's the legendary scimitar that Dritz found when he first killed Icewindale.
I was just confused because I see pictures of swords in there and hammers.
Try now. I've just fixed it, I
Alright.
think.
Okay.
Map's coming.
Can you spell the language one more time? Because I was trying to figure out how to like LOR
OSS.
OSS Loros. Gotcha.
And
Thank you.
the image is too big. Let me see if I can snip it instead.
Yeah. Sorry if it was an odd turn, but like I kind of feel like the robot would understand how to talk to the robot in a way that like the medieval people just wouldn't. Like it has 2 or 1 intelligence, so like, but it's also capable of enough higher thought that there's something going on the other hood that can fake it really fucking well.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that it's low intelligence, I guess. It can follow orders, right? It's not like mindless. In fact, it has incredible obedience. If you consider, you could tell it to stand still for like decades, it will do so.
Yeah.
It's just low. It doesn't have its own thought. It can't think for itself. There you go. Like it can follow orders. It can, but it doesn't have its own like initiative.
Nil on
something-
wisdom, basically.
Yeah.
Nil
like
on
that.
wisdom, basically.
Here's
Okay,
the
so its
map.
intelligence isn't necessarily like dog-like. It's just that it has absolutely zero will of its own.
Correct. Yeah, that'd be the best logical.
And so, yeah, what he did was bypass a lot of the confusion of communication and basically just talk to it in the yes/no binary language it's like used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, it looks like aid works this time, right?
Yeah, it's displaying as like 74 out of 64. It's almost like it hasn't put the maximum hit points up. So it's just put the current hit points
So
10
if you
over,
look-
so it almost looks like
The value being modified. Okay, so if you see underneath your health, it says 10 temporary max. Yeah.
ah,
So it's keeping your max so that you know what your max is. Anything over that
Right.
that's increased by a spell goes into that second little box. And
Brilliant.
you are technically 74 out of 64. I know it looks weird, but that is
Yeah, but
that's how it's functioning.
the 10 under there is good. Dingo, did that work for Willow?
I'll double check. Yes, he's 73 out of 63 with 10 extra max.
Nice, thank you.
Sweet. Okay. All right. Willow, did you want to do anything before we wrap up? Dingo?
Is your mic muted?
Sorry, I stepped
Bingo.
out to the toilet quickly because people were taking a while.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no sweat.
No, it's just chilly.
Yeah.
You know, Willow's just been waiting there, ready to go this entire time.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
And finally, Tracker. Step in, just touching bases with you.
I'm just waiting until we can move on.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Just
All right then.
walking from one end of the hallway to the other, but not
So
leaving
pacing
the hallway
back.
itself. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Looks like everyone is ready to go, and we will wrap up in the next 3 minutes. But
Yep.
let's get it going onto the next room then, just so we can leave on
Yep.
a interesting note, I guess. Tracker, I know you've got that tremor sense going.
15 feet normally.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Can you just look at the handouts for a second, Senrith, and tell me if that
Danger,
is correct?
drought, spear. Mummy. Sort of correct.
Are
yeah.
you my mummy?
No. That's about right. I'll double check in a second because those are big. That's a big
Yeah,
mummy.
I know.
Can't tell where specifically
It's
you're pointing
like
to.
in the bottom middle
General
alcove.
area.
I even drew like but yeah,
It's
I think
it's close enough though. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in the top left of the that little cave.
Oh,
there.
okay. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure about that one anymore, but I'm pretty sure about the rest.
Yep, that's about right. And the kobolds are up above in the top right ish.
Yeah, I didn't bother with the kobold. They're like top right somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so as you come around into this next room and aura protection is slowly killing my game again.
Oh my
I
god.
fixed it, man. I fixed it, and I was testing it, and it works. And I don't know if it's that's what's breaking everything.
I think it's my version
I-
of Roland.
Mm.
I'm just gonna delete the aura protection real quick.
Seeker follows behind Valine, by the way, or Velen.
Yeah, we also
Velen,
have the
yeah.
head with the floating disc going on. But
Got it. Yep. I think if you've all leveraged some weight, you've tipped it up onto it. You have to kind of shift its weight until it's like evenly spaced on the 3-foot diameter, but the head itself kind of overhangs, right? Thankfully,
Yeah.
the disc doesn't just wobble around. it is gonna sit there. How much does that
Can
thing
we
even
use
carry?
him as a mobile source of light?
Wait.
I mean, the light isn't all that bright, I'll say.
Okay.
Plus, you've already got
got it.
Drift Globe. You've got a Drift
Yep.
Globe. What do you need?
Yep.
Which was MVP this fight, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Absolutely.
Okay. You've gotten to where I needed to go, so I'm going to pause the game. And we're going to end on this little cliffhanger here. Because...
Yeah, I don't
as you
see
walk
anything because I was waiting for Villain to move Lamau.
Yeah, I'm moving her, don't worry. I'm going to move you up.
Yep.
There is a cold chill that seems to reach up into your spines as you enter this room. Shadows seem to dance on the wall. Not unlike the thing you saw before, Stef, where you sort of saw something almost swimming through the ice. A trick of the
Mhm.
light, perhaps? But this time, there's a swarm of them. Like a feeding frenzy of sharks that seem to swim around the ceiling. They come out of every nook, cranny, and dark space within this cavern. And before long, you start to see them rising up, peeling themselves off the floor and off the walls, and look visibly like humanoid figures in a shadowy like outline. A moment later, they seem to lurch forward towards everyone with with a necrotic like grip at their hands. And I think that is where we will end tonight's session. There is at
guess I
least
should have
12
checked
of
the
these
ceiling.
things. There's no way you could have seen these, I'm afraid, because they just didn't see you in that little invisible eye. So 12 of these shadows appear.
Okay. Well,
Hmm.
I have all my spell slots. I'm gonna go blasting.
Yeah. But
We've
will...
used the daylight thing, so we can't use that again.
That's true. But heck, you just dealt with one of the
That would
biggest
have been
fights in
pretty
the
amazing,
caves of
probably.
hunger. I'm gonna say goodbye to the stream. Bye bye
Bye,
for now.
stream.
Bye stream. Bye.